Hello and welcome, everybody. Oh, we're on the wrong window. There we go.
Hi, hi, hi.
Hi and welcome, guys. It's nice to be here with you tonight. Great to see you all.
JIF.
Yes, and I got to address right away. I just happened to notice that today's special mini. Yes, thank you so much. Did I see an interview with Night Shame on October 15th? I have missed that one. No, you have not. That was a mistake. I apologize, but with everything going on here, if that's the only one that happens tonight, we're doing good. So
to correct that, we are going to have the interview on Monday, this following Monday, 21st, I think it is, or 22nd. What is Monday?
I shall tell you in 2 seconds.
So this following Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, if you're interested to see
22nd.
our talk with Night Shame, then yes, that's going to be on Monday.
And of course, 15th was right above it. I realized what I did. Anybody who says they're good at multitasking is lying, especially males. And I've always said I'm horrible at it. So there's the proof in the pudding right there.
Well, as always, we just start with excuses, so nothing
That's
different
right.
Than usually it is on our live streams. But
It's
welcome.
not excuses, it's real life. Real life, folks. Red Dragon.
Welcome on Friday. How are you
Yeah.
guys doing? How was your week, guys? Are you excited for the weekend, guys and girls? Welcome all who joining us today. Today, we're having third episode of Season 2, that's right. This week we opened up Season 2 of our Tube Talk, and today we're going to have a guest, Jay Lippman.
That's right.
Who received this interview as one of amazing prizes for his winning of Broll Smackdown challenge that was organized by Michael Jr. Freyer.
That was very cool. And we're really happy to have him with us tonight. I think it's going to be a really great conversation, guys.
Very interesting. He's a father. He's a vlogger. He vlogs about self-improvement, self-development, motivation. And also recently I started posting video editing tutorials. A really neat one. Just posted, I think, today.
Yeah.
Definitely check him out. And definitely check out us when we're going to have him on a talk.
We have Polly already messing with us in the stream. Polly Vlogs was just joking, he says. We know Polly, we know.
Thank you all for coming. Well, I just, guys, wanted to remind you, if you could please retweet this stream, we would really appreciate that, and hug that like button.
Hang on 1 second.
That is deeply appreciated.
Let's see what's going on. There, is that any better, guys? Let me boost it up a little bit more. Let me boost it. There, how's that, guys?
Hello.
I'm up in the red line, so it should be.
Hello.
Hopefully you guys can hear us well now.
Yes. If you can, let us know.
Yeah. The gain is up. Everything is up. I'm just double checking it. And I'm going to send off our link. I'll just take care of this for a second, hon.
Yeah, and guys, there's always time also to click on that phone camera app and take that beautiful selfie of yours with the hashtag Blue Ranch Group. For those of you that are new to us, take a selfie of yourself, or even better, selfie if you're watching our live stream, and post it on social media, for example, Twitter, with the hashtag Blue Ranch Group, and we're going to share it through the night with you guys. Let's meet each other on Twitter as well. You can share it on other social media as well. I'm going to definitely be checking out all the beautiful faces out there. Let's see, who do we have here? Ghost Mafia is in. Hello. Kasumi, Family Fun, Family Loggers. So good to see you guys. John. Ma'am is in. Hi, good to see you. Patricia Sprinkles. Raisin 7 Munchkins. Guys, thank you so much for joining us and spending your time, your Friday, with us. I have little problems here with Twitter link I want to give you. So therefore, don't fret. It's coming. If you can let your friends know that we are on tonight, we would really appreciate that. Gemma, hello, and JC Fishing Channel, hello. Let's do this. That's right. all monster energy up. JD Diva Beer reviews and tours. That's amazing. You came in. Thank you so much. Here's also the link to our hashtag Blue Ranch group. By the way, guys, I wanted just to update you or remind you on two amazing things to check out in your spare time. One of them is how can take the part in a YouTube mystery, a part of Tube 2018, a major collab among a lot of YouTubers dedicated to Halloween. So go and check that out if you're interested in things, mystery clues, and maybe some creepy stuff.
You're doing awesome, by the way. Thank you very much. Oh, there we have a doorbell ringing, so we're just getting that set up. We'll be a little bit yet, but
yeah, and I definitely going in the same mood of horrors and creepy. I wanted to share with you something, and I wanted really to ask you to do something. Our very good friend, an amazing creator, beautiful video editor, just a great person, is submitting his horror movie
yes,
to Casey Neistat challenge. Casey Neistat is organizing a challenge of horror shorts or shirts. And A Joey, for those of you who know, I don't have to explain who is A Joey. But for those of you who don't know, A Joey is just amazing creator. And he's submitting his short for Casey Neistat. And he needs some traction on his video to get noticed. Because if he does and he gets chosen, he gets a chance to go to Casey Neistat's office and meet with all the crew up there. So which would be amazing. Out of people that are out there, I think Joey is so much deserving. And I'm not saying it just as a friend. I'm saying it as just appreciating the visuals, the amazing editing that he does. So go check that out. I'm just putting link in chat again and again. Please do that today, because I think they're doing that today, or tomorrow morning. But anyway, just please do that. That would be so amazing. We would be really thankful if you could just play it and check it out.
God the Good One, you guys feature on my next video about Green Bay Wacky. Well, wow, I'm looking forward to it. Keep us posted. And, well, if God's got you, I mean, you're in pretty good graces, I guess. God the Good One, of course.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
Look at all these awesome people in here. It's great to have all you guys in here tonight. What a way to spend a Friday than with you guys. And a great chat, a great talk. And we really have somebody great tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, he was the winner of the B-Roll Challenge. And I don't know, I think it's just going to be this is the perfect Friday pace. It's a good time. The jobs are over. The school's over. Put up your feet, crack open whatever you feel like drinking, warm or cold. And now officially in Canada from coast to coast, if you want to light up something, it's all legal. So kick back. Please be over the legal age for alcohol or that, I ask of you. And just enjoy the time. It's going to be a lot of fun. The nice thing about these interviews is you get so much more connected to the person that creates. And it's great for the creator, too, because he gets to build a better bond with everybody. That's kind of been the mission of this since we started it. I don't think we've had one that's ended up in a bad conversation. We've always had, learned more about the person we already knew, or a lot of people found a creator they didn't even know about. Or, you know what, they just got to sit back and watch their buddy they've been following for a while and get a few tidbits out of them. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. He's a really nice guy. There, my mic is dangling tonight. I've been trying to work on too many things at the same time. I hope you guys can hear me better now. And with that said, are we going to do selfies tonight, hon?
Yes, I already posted the link earlier, and I can definitely post it once again for you and over through the night, so you can post your selfie for the hashtag Blue Ranch group. Just reminding you too that it's just a gimmick hashtag. It's nothing related to groups or affiliations. It's a gimmick hashtag that was created by me trying to learn how to do a selfie. So hashtag Blue Ranch group, posted on Twitter or any other social media.
April says the San Ann power winds are back, but Thank God we still have power and internet. Only little glitches this afternoon, hence my being a little late for this. You were never late for the stream. We always love having you in here, and anytime you got here is the perfect time for you to drop in, so thank you so much. Chuck It says, how are you going to tease me with like good smoke when you know I'm a trucker, Andrew? Shame, 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 LOL. Oh, well, I'll try not to do that too often to you, but I can't promise anything, but I know, buddy, hang in there. TWG7, have to pop in and drop some mermaiding love. I love the way Jay Lippman rocks. Yes, he does.
Yeah, Karin Somersen, one of the fellow vloggers, creators of Jay Lippman, our guest for tonight. Hello, glad to see you tonight. Also, guys, I wanted to remind you, if you haven't joined us this week, we have launched the hashtag Blue Ranch Group merch.
Yes,
that's right, guys. You asked, we answered. We created a few pieces for you. Hopefully, you can enjoy them. There are 2 welcome codes that you can apply when you are purchasing the merchandise. And the codes are going to be working up until Sunday, so don't miss your chance to get free shipping and 10% off. We have very simple lines. We have some upgraded lines, everything for you. Socks, leggings, baby clothes, mugs, whole different things. I like socks.
Yeah, the socks, like I said, I thought when you first told me, I'm like, okay, but yeah, no, they do work, I gotta say. There.
Yeah, there's gonna be new things coming in every so often, but yeah, this is our opening merch. By the way, stickers are very big, I just wanted to note, and therefore I created them the way that you can cut them up by the sizes that you want to use, so you get numerous stickers in one. Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to also say that the link is up above in that card above us. If you forget where the link is, it's always available there and in our description. And so to say, with our social media as well, and all our places where you can see us, where you can check what we're doing, all the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. That's right, we're still on Facebook. And Discord chat is available there as well, so definitely check that out.
Well, we're getting lots of new channels in, guys. It's awesome to have you all in here. It's always nice to have a mix of new and returns. You guys are all awesome.
Yeah, today's special minutes is we were discussing that as well, but this is hashtag Blue Ranch Group attire, and the following one with our logo and more personalized things definitely is going to carry our logo as well. This one is kind of like more, as we said, it's more a gimmick hashtag than
Look who
association.
popped in the chat.
Yeah, say Joey is in the chat. We just were talking about you and asking people to go and check out your horror video, your submission, and I hope some of them already went and did that and still is doing that right now. All the good luck to you. You are the man. You're the man.
That's really cool. And we're really pulling for you, my friend. And only great things can come out of it, as you always do. You will knock their socks off, I'm sure. So,
Bob asked for your merch. Do you use Streamlabs? I was watching a Nick Newman video today on that. Haven't seen that video yet. No, we're using OBS, and yeah, you can just add links in YouTube cards and screens. But I'll definitely check out that video.
Yep. No, we're always looking to improve. Like we went with OBS for now. I always believe starting with the base one before doing the one that's a little more gadgety simplified, just so I can understand it better. We might. I don't know. I'm so tired of learning curves right at this moment. I'm just like, I don't even want to change anything. I don't even want to change my socks at this point. So we shall see down the road. But for now, we're getting the, I don't know, I'd say 90% of where we want it to be, but there's still more. Well, look who's in here. Juliet Miranda, how are you? How are you tonight? Nice to see you.
Good to see you, girl. Friday. Yeah, she reminded me it's Friday today. I woke up and I was going through Twitter, and there I see Juliet doing the hashtag FF, which always makes me laugh, which is Follow Friday. Not anything that you thought, but I'm like, oh my God, it's Friday?
Yep.
It's Friday.
In the blink of an eye.
It was crazy. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for a shout out and thank you for a reminder.
Thinkerbud channel. Wow. Nice to have you here. Welcome.
I never knew YouTube would require a degree in statistics.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all are learning. That's for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
YouTube, you wear a lot of hats. We're always saying that. Every hat under the sun, from set designer to producer, photography, casting member. You name all those things that big TV shows have and they don't have to go chasing for. You have to do it. Faith in the Fallen's here. Welcome.
Hello,
nice to see you.
Nomadic Bike. Hi. And reminding you, tonight we have a guest, Jay Lippman, who is a winner of a hashtag Broll Smackdown challenge. And winner for September months, and he received his interview as one of his amazing gifts. So we're looking forward to have some chat with him tonight.
No, it's going to be awesome. Really, really looking forward to it. So.
Who's back? Hi, hello, good to see you.
Yes, always good to see you.
So good to see you. Guys, yeah, don't forget to put the selfie out there as well. Always good to see your beautiful faces. And we miss you guys when you don't. Oh, Juliet.
You don't have to do that.
Juliet is misbehaving. Naughty girl.
You're crazy. You don't have to do that.
Seriously. Juliet, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's Friday. We're buying you both a drink. Cheers to you. And Dave, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. You are unbelievably amazing. I don't know what to do with you.
You're always so
you
kind.
are
Thank you.
So amazing. Thank you so much.
Kind with you with the super chats, but also kind with the words of support, the whole kit and caboodle. So thank you so much for that. It is really appreciated.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, I had never seen your Twitter announcement of this. That's cool.
That's nice. I that was in Instagram, and then I used the same story picture for Twitter today too.
Well, that works.
Thank you.
Works. No, definitely.
Yeah, and the good thing about Instagram that you can actually reshare it to Facebook stories as well. It used to be that you had to do it twice, which I never ended up never doing that anyway. But now you just upload it on stories. You share it right away from the app to Facebook and download it as a picture and upload it back to Twitter. So easy. Okay.
Want to look at some pictures?
I do.
Already?
Actually, maybe we can do a roll call and then they can still manage to jump on the train. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan. I thought you did part of it already, so I wasn't sure. I was not watching, but that is awesome. If everybody wants to hear me mess up their names, then so be it.
I think some people are waiting for it. Like I know Laura Lama is always waiting for it.
On the edge of her seat to hear me.
She's always putting it in the chat too. So.
Oh, you guys. Oh. What is going on with me tonight? I swear to God, it's like the first time I've ever run this. I moved all the menus around tonight. I was trying to optimize it. You know how that works. That basically means I messed it all up. And it will take me 2 more episodes now to get used to all this. Hey, Michael McReynolds, what's going on? Nice to see you here. Nice to see you here. I'm going to get up. We're going to do a roll call, guys. If I miss you, as soon as I come back, I'll let you know, and then you can type in, because this is, sometimes we miss them out of this, so. We have Wood ZRC, Wee Bob, TWG7, TSN Gamer 342, Turtle and Love Hate, Turtle and Love and Hate. I love that. Today's special minis, Thinkerbud Channel, the Kiwi Family, Tambaki, Sidewalk Clothes, Suresh Music and Blogs, Sunshine, Soft Spoken Hensey, Red Kryptonite, Nation of Domination, Red Dragon 666, Razorian Buck, Raising 7 Munchkins, Patricia Sprinkles, Nomadic Bike, Mini Dior, Micro Homesteaders, Lynn Kramer, Living My Way, Little Magic D, Ksumi, Juliet Miranda, Jelly Duck 100, Jada Diva Beer Reviews and Tours, It's Nature Buddy, Hose Your Back OD. I love that name. It's Nature Beauty. Wow. Hose Your Back OD. Gem Autism at its finest. Family Love Kitchen. Faith Darling TV. Faith and the Fallen. EWW2. A Joe. Dilo Flow. Diane SFNG, Karen Somers, Bucket List Journey, Brenda M, Branscombe Farm, Brad Ferry, Bill 56, Hardtop Two Door. How are you? Austin Barcasa. Austin Barcasa. There we go. I'm not leaving that one without trying to get it better. Asian Family Blog, Arcane Amusement, April Broswell, Animal Flasco, and 2109 Brewing. Welcome, everybody. And there's names I'm still on to. I've said 100 times. I realized here I forgot to shut off that cursor. I'm getting rid of that right away.
Yeah, and everybody enjoyed Jay Lippman's homepage, which is actually very beautifully made by all the best practices.
That's right. It's all about him tonight. I realized when I show this screen, then everybody can see me scrolling, and that must get annoying. So that's why I jumped.
Yeah, no. And I just wanted to point out that it's really beautifully made.
Now let's see who got missed. Suresh Music and Blog.
Miss Kathy's in as well.
Wow, welcome. Nice to see you.
Micro Homesteaders.
Yeah, we said him. Poly Vlogs we didn't get to say as well. We said hello a while ago, but Sunshine we didn't get to say. Patricia Sprinkles, I'm not sure, but heck with it, I'll say it
Patricia
twice.
Sprinkles, yeah, right from the beginning here.
Cardosa Media, happy Friday to you. Living My Way is here. Look at all these awesome channels, guys. The Mower Man 82, what's going on, my friend? Nice to see you. And Brown Pants is in here. I always love having Brown Pants. And Little Magic D. Lots of great channels, guys. Looking so forward tonight. We're going to take a look, guys. Maybe Xenia, yeah, she just posted the link. So there it is, guys, for the selfies. If you want to take a selfie of you or a selfie, if you cannot do that one, upload it to the link included, and please also use the included hashtag Blue Wrench Group so everybody can see you're awesome. Guys, like I always say, if you have merch, stuff like that, that's the time to throw it on. Take 2 minutes, put it on, then upload it. Sell yourself. Open forum. It's a great place. And, oh no, we won't have that tonight. So yeah, never mind. We'll leave that alone. So yeah, just if you have any merch or anything like that you want to put into it, please feel free. It's great to promote. That's what it's there for. JNC Fishing Channel as well. We said hi to a while ago, but was not in the list. Dion Lionheart, Dion Lionheart, Dion Lionheart, Dion Lionheart. Can never say it enough. So awesome. And of course, Michael McReynolds. It's great to have you in here. Lots of new faces, guys. Lots of returning. That's the best mix of all. Makes for a really great night. There'll be people coming through all night, so make sure to stay through. Enjoy the whole interview as well. And as for the selfies, we will take a look at them again. And remember, guys, at the end of our live streams, we always go to another live stream. It's voluntary as everything here. But if you'd like to come, we pick a channel at the very end. We go through our list. Always a new one. And we all go over, instead of a quick raid, we actually just sit down for a little while. Who knows? You get to find a channel you never seen before, meet some new people you never met. Lots of people have been thanking us for it. It's really working out, not because it's our idea. It's just great when everybody can keep networking that way. Pass it forward, play it forward. Branscombe Farm, how are you? Nice to see you here tonight. Always nice to see you. Oh, yeah, Gemma, we can talk about tonight's going to be a hard night with an interview to get into that kind of stuff, but we can talk. Come Tech Talk Tuesday. That'd be a great subject for Tech Talk Tuesday, actually.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
A very good idea, I think. Thank you.
Please, mark it on the calendar next Tuesday. Definitely come by with that. That'd be a great time to discuss that. Night Flight Production, what's going on? Always great to have you in here. Sidewalk Closed as well. The Huntsman. This is really nice. What a great mix. I love this for a Friday night. I couldn't be happier. So, I couldn't be happier to spend this time with you guys. And, guys, if you haven't hit that like button, if you could, that really does help us out. If you haven't tweeted us out, you can do a 2-for-1 special. You can take your selfie, head over to our site, and at the same time retweet this live stream. It really does help us, guys. And if you're new here, you like what we're doing, you're saying, yeah, they're not completely insane. I'd love to have you drop back. If you can hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, leave a message and a comment on one of our videos, and we will check you guys out after the live stream is over. Once again, you hear music in the background. That's compliments of MU Free Music, who we're using for all of our second season of Tube Life, and now using in our game nights, and we'll be using too in our Tube Talk. So we are all surrounded by MU Free Music. Please go and visit him. Links in the description. Sunset Music was hit the like. Thank you so much, Suresh. I appreciate that. Oh, we love you too. Oh, thank you so much, Gemma. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Well, I think it's that time, Twitter time.
Oh,
Twitter
yes.
time?
Yes,
Yeah.
let's check out that beautiful faces.
let's see what we
And
got
right
going on.
after that, we're going to have Jay Lippman joining us for our casual talk.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, dude. I was reiterating what you
Yep.
guys were talking. No, go ahead. The floor is yours. I'm getting it up here
You
right now.
know, I'm just so excited to see those faces there.
Yeah.
I wanna see them, guys.
Yeah. This is so much fun, guys. This has become such a... Oh. Seriously? Okay. Welcome to the wonderful world of... Oh. I don't know. Something.
Margie Humans, good evening, good evening.
There we go.
Dromer family,
Welcome. Nice to
Mr.
see you.
Kaplan.
We are just doing selfies, guys, and it's not too late. It's not too late to get you guys' photos up here. Love to have you guys up here. The link is in the description. We're doing selfies, Blue Wrench Group selfies. So if you can do one of you watching us, that's excellent. If you can't, one of you, put on your merch, put on your hats, your shoes, your boot, whatever you got that says your name, your channel onto it. Snap a photo, put it up using the link.
Your
Use
house
the
coat,
house coat, that's right.
your hairnet,
That's right. Face cream.
your oversized bear slippers.
Oh my God! Yeah, I got the whole Monty going on at that point. That's right. Gator Bite. What's going on? I absolutely love this one. This is really cool. Happy Gatorween. That is really cool. I just love it.
Yeah, I like it. It's getting closer and closer
That's
to
right.
Halloween. It's gonna be fun.
Sorry. Okay. Next one. Next one is Mr. Who's Your Back OD. Who's Your Back Outdoors.
Hello, hello.
Looks so...
Fancying up in a white sweater.
I think he's got somewhere to go after this
I
live
think
stream.
so. I think it's date night.
Yep, that's
Are we right?
You can tell us. We won't say anything.
Yeah, nobody's gonna know.
It's a
Beautiful.
good looking photo. Yeah, really
Yes.
nice. Really, really nice. Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Look at that.
Electric 6.
That is cool.
Okay. Somebody went and wow. Awesome.
Sunday, the 9th of September, 2018. Wow. So that would look like it was a lot of fun. That's very cool.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I love it.
Awesome.
You can never get enough of the mask, guys. Looking great.
Jenny O'Brien, hello.
Welcome. Nice to see you here.
Ooh, this is my favorite overlay, Polly, and you know
Yeah.
that because I always commented. And I like, really, it's supposed to be a little girl, but it always reminds me of a ladybug.
There you go, Paul. If that's what you're shooting for, Ladybug. You nailed it.
I don't know why. It always seems such a cute ladybug. But thank you.
You make an adorable ladybug.
Yes.
Polly.
You didn't mean to be ladybug, but
Right.
it's very
Either
adorable
way,
now.
that's what you got pegged with.
Yeah. Ooh, nice,
Jelly
nice,
duck.
nice. Yes.
What's going on, my friend? What time would it be for you? More.
Next day, probably
Yeah,
already.
but it would be.
How dare you,
5,
Polly
10.
looks.
No, it'd be pretty early
Yeah.
because it's 12 hours to China, and he's definitely about probably 5 hours. He's kind of between Europe and China, I would assume.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I'll check it out. Miss Kathy says Polly does look like an adorable ladybug. They are males, you know. Oh, guys.
Oh.
Family Love Kitchen. Hello.
Welcome, JNC Fishing. Thank you so much. Fishing with JNC Monster. Puša Studios. Watch out, the Blue Wrench Group is here.
Awesome.
Wow. Love it. You guys are always so cool. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I'm guessing you guys are hitting the creeks and the rivers this weekend, I'm sure. I am sure. Well, there's a selfie I haven't seen in a little bit. Miss Kathy.
Hey,
What's
Miss
going on?
Kathy. How are you doing?
Always nice to see you. Our past guest from season 1 of Tube Life. It's always great to have you in the house. Hope you're doing well. Very nice to see you. Hope you can stay with us for a bit tonight and enjoy Mr. Jay Lippman, who we're going to bring on in just a moment. Thank you so much for the upload.
Yeah, this How I Roll is in, and I wanted to tell you, I just was looking for our daughter for Spider-Man to show on YouTube, and your video came as the third one.
Yeah.
I just put in Spider-Man, nothing else, just Spider-Man, and your video came up as a third on a page. Like, I was blown away.
That means keep it up, my friend.
Yes.
I told you you're a superhero. You and Spider-Man both have superhero
that was awesome.
powers. Well, that was really cool. That was nice.
Yes, it's never too late to submit your selfie. So go ahead and you can do that anytime during the nights. And I'm sure you guys are very excited and anxious to see our guest, Jay Lippman. Jay Lippman, is he in the house?
Yep. We're going to bring over just for a second, get him set up, and we'll be right back, guys. And you can see a preview who's coming next week. We got some big stuff coming, guys. I'll let it run through once. We'll have him set up, and then we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 1 minute. I'm so mixed up in everything now tonight. I'm so off of everything.
I'm sorry.
Good. How are you? I am all settled in. Sounds good. Not a problem. I always have fun.
Folks, there we go. Our guest is ready to go.
We're back.
We are so off our game tonight. Oh my god!
Did you get your coffee cup?
Yes.
Did you go to the bathroom?
I forgot to call him. I was supposed to call my son. Oh my god! Nothing could go right. Oh my god!
This is Friday, guys. In this household, this is Friday.
Oh, good. We were on full view. You couldn't see me mess up. Well, there. Nothing happened. Everything was just perfect, as always. Just
nobody's seen you going under the table.
Yeah,
and nobody knows what you were doing there.
Good God. Jeez. Oh my god. My keyboard kicked out from underneath me and shot across the living room.
I'm sure Jay's seen that, though.
Yeah, Jay, he had the first-hand view of it. So I'm going to mute it for a second, guys. I'm going to call my son so I don't deafen anybody, and then we're coming right back. He's coming. There he goes. He must have heard my cries for help.
Well, our son is on Discord, so he knows everything that's going on here. Oh, my.
Pam, welcome. Nice to see you here. Jefferson, nice to see you guys. You guys are just in time. Oh, I don't know, Kathy. 7 p.m.
Yeah, it's on our regular time at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Now let's go to our guests, guys. Mr. Jay Lippman, I'm going to bring you up. I knew I was going to miss one step in all this. We're just getting used to this new software. Yeah, exactly, guys. Like, you don't get enough of us already. There you go. Mr. Jay Lippman, how smooth of an intro was that?
We are really on top of the game today, but it's Friday, right?
Oh, that was great. I mean, that was just a metaphor for my entire day today.
I was going to say thank you. I'm glad.
Thank you. If there
was ever a day I needed a partner in crime, it's today. So I'm glad to hear. This is not an interview, guys. This is an intervention. So. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Not too bad. It's nice to have you here.
I'm very, very happy to be here. I've been very excited about this for a long time.
Well, it was a road for you to get to it, not just because to get on our show. More, it was the road of what you had to do to become a contestant for the Broll Smackdown challenge.
Yeah, that was interesting. I didn't realize how much work that would be. To be honest, I've done B-roll. But that was a new level. That was a new level. There was a lot of time management involved in that whole process. But I'm glad I did it. Not just because I won, but because it was just an amazing experience.
Right. Well, I mean, I still think though, as much, and you're right, sometimes we jump into stuff, we've been guilty of that time and time again. Oh great, I'm in, and then 10 minutes later it's like, oh, can I do this? Like, is there enough hours left in the day as it is to pull it off? But with that said, I really do believe it's so important to get involved with these things, the coverage, not just because I hear what this being the prize, one of the prizes, excuse me, but just to get to collaborate with other people. Every time you do that, it helps you grow. There's no negative into something like that.
Yeah, and Michael Fire Jr. talks about this a lot, actually, too. It's when you say grow, it's not just growing in subscribers or growing in exposure, but it helps you grow as a creator. You know, being part of something with other creators, you get to learn from them, learn how to be a better, you know, a videographer, a better editor. You get to learn from other people and grow that way as well. And and you get to make friends, which to me is the best part, actually.
Yes, and it's always the best part. You get to connect with so many amazing people, you know, not just YouTubers, creators, but just people. For those who don't know what is the Broll Smackdown Challenge, can you explain for the chat what is it that you were taking part in? Sure.
So Michael Fire Jr., who actually Alejandro turned me on to, he actually turned me on to you guys as well. I just kind of follow him around the internet. He was my first subscriber, and I've just kind of I've been following along with him ever since.
But,
you said that the other night. I want to after we're going to get to that, I want to come back to that. So continue, please.
Yeah. So anyway, Michael Fire Jr. puts on a contest every month. It's called the Broll Smackdown, and basically as many people who want to join can join, and you put together, I think first round was a 30-second B-roll clip, and B-roll is basically the parts in between the main story. You know, so a lot of people do the cinematic slow motion stuff, but it doesn't have to be that. It's just the parts in between the main dialogue of the story. And we had to put together a 30-second sequence, and people vote, and depending on how many brackets, certain number of people move on to the next round. You have to create a longer B-roll sequence, and then you do another round, and then there's a winner. And this last September was just an amazing month as far as the prizes went. You know, you guys offering to do an interview for a winner. Pauline Newman donated a really cool bag, which is actually sitting in a box right there. I'm going to be unboxing that on camera.
Conway Dooney bag, yeah.
And Clint Moore is sending me a print, an amazing print, one of his photos, and I'll be unboxing that as well as soon as it comes in. There was some hold up. The production place got flooded, actually. So
oh my God.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay in that, but as soon as everything's here, I will be unboxing them on camera. I'm really super excited about all that. So.
Well, isn't that so cool? It was a great community event, and I like how everybody pitched in, because you see it sometimes in the bigger ones, and I mean it is a big production to get going, to collaborate, to also to engineer behind the scenes to get the prizes, to get the scheduling out, you know, especially because people are getting paid for and like you guys, I mean, they're doing the B-roll. So it's hard sometimes to count on people to get it done. So you're counting on their passions, and you guys definitely made it happen. Like, it was a team effort all the way. And
absolutely. And there were definitely, I mean, you could tell just by the quality of the stuff that was submitted. There were some very passionate people involved. And this month too, I know Panic D Videos is actually hosting it this month because Michael and Monica were on a trip. But I mean, these last couple months, which I were the first couple months that I really paid attention to it, have been absolutely astounding. Like there are some super passionate and super talented people doing this, and it's amazing to watch. This is like my favorite thing in the whole world.
Yeah.
So
do you feel every time you do something like that, it kind of gives you a new edge on being creative or being a creator, because it's pushing a little bit, kind of gets you to another little level that you weren't at when you started?
Yeah, I mean, it's every time I mean, that's kind of par for the course with me as a creator in general. I'm always kind of trying to outdo myself, whether it's with the camera or with editing. But with this specific challenge, at least, there was always some obstacle. Like I always shoot my best B-roll on a camera, but my camera is not water resistant. And this was like right in the middle of not Hurricane Michael, but the one that came right before it that just wrecked the Carolinas.
Florence. Oh my.
Maryland was getting like all of the outer rain bands. And so it was raining every single day. I had to go out and shoot. So I couldn't use my camera. I ended up having to do the last 2 rounds on my phone, which presented all sorts of challenges with editing and all that stuff.
Wow. That's crazy. But it just proves that you can do anything with a phone if you know what you're doing. You know, the talent and the skill of making videos is what matters more than the gear that you're having.
Most definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think as like you've been doing some, and especially when I see people get into it who don't, yes, they're making YouTube videos now, but it's not their entrance into YouTube. There were more because there were mechanics or bakers and all these things. And now all of a sudden they picked up the camera and now they decide to go a step further and try and up their game and up their quality. I find that so invigorating to watch. I love the passion getting into them. You can see it coming, you know, they're learning, and it is a lot of work. Like YouTube in general, I always say, is a ton of work. You've taken whatever you decide to do. Okay, I knit socks. Now I'm going to learn how to use the camera. Now I'm going to learn how to use tags. Now I'm going to learn how to be a graphic designer. Now I'm going to, it's a ton of work. It really is, you know.
It is. And I mean, that was my story too. You know, I have a background as an electrician, and I was trying to start my own business, and I was creating videos for that business. They were all, you know, talking head videos, and I bought a camera one day and I made like a proper, like, I guess daily vlog style type thing, and my head just exploded, and I was like, wow, this is what I need to be doing. And that was just back in February, March. And here we are today.
Well, it's the work has spoken for itself. But even though you were doing that before, did you have any history? Like, did you enjoy photography growing up, videography, anything like that?
No.
That's what I wanted. I want honest answers.
I enjoyed when I accidentally took a good photo on my phone. Like that was it.
Look at it.
But I have a background as a musician. I picked up a guitar when I was 11 years old, and I've been singing since I could talk. And I also, you know, since then picked up guitar or drums, bass, piano. And so I've always had that creative thing.
Right.
But as far as specifically video or photography, no, not really. I picked up my first real camera back in March. And since then I get weirdly obsessive about things.
Right.
And so since March, I've just been learning as much as I can and practicing as fast as I'm learning it.
I'm kind of in that boat as well. Like, I've always been somebody, when I get into something, it's either full force or I'm gone in a week. Like, it's got to hold my attention to every moment of every day, or I'm not doing it at all. And I think you kind of got the same thing going on.
Yeah. It's exactly that. Cody Warner actually talks about, he has a video about ADD.
Yep.
And he talks about, I don't remember what the first one is, but the second one is the hunter. Like, I can't focus on anything until I hit that one thing, and then I'm just all in, and you can't get me away from it. And that's what like video and YouTube and even still audio. Most of the freelance work I've gotten has been audio work, actually. So,
really?
Yeah. I'm currently working, doing some work for a ballet instructor, and he's choreographing some short pieces for some of his students. And he emailed me and he said, "Hey, I have a 4.5 minute song that needs to be 2.5 minutes, and it needs to sound like it was written to be 2.5 minutes long." And he sent it to me. I sent him back 4 different options, and then since then he sent me a couple others, and that's kind of, I'm about to start calling every dance studio in the state of Maryland pretty soon.
But that's amazing. But see right away, like when you were talking about it, that you can see that you do make an extra mile, or you do an extra mile when you do things, the same as you did with the B-roll. You just said that you sent the 4 different versions, which I'm pretty sure, you know, not everybody does that, you know, in work or in, you know, relationships with creators.
Yeah. I just want to say Michael Farrer Jr. just came in the room and saying hi to you.
Hey, hi.
Hey, Michael.
The man that made it happen.
That's right.
That's right.
Sorry, I just wanted to call him out while he was here because I'm awful at that. Once it passes that upper screen, the chance of me remembering anything is pretty much on the nil side.
That's why I am on the chat mostly.
That's right.
We have divided duties there.
And Ajo says, Jay Lippman is a great guest trying to get home stuck in traffic to watch this on my laptop.
I read that he wants to get stuck in traffic so he can watch it.
That's pretty much what I got up until, and I corrected myself because I didn't realize it was at the end.
Well, in Toronto, it's pretty possible too.
Yeah.
So
That's all right. That's all right, Ajo. That's me every single morning trying to get home to watch Michael Fires stream on my laptop because I'm always sitting in traffic coming home from daycare. So.
Oh, right.
You're dedicated. I like that. Well, it's a great group. I mean, it's nice when you can build those bonds that have no price tag on them, just sitting back and working together as collaborating for the love of the art. I think is so amazing. That's where the real inspiration really starts to fly. And I think he's really bolstered that in a lot of people by that challenge.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
Do you
what would be
you would find it so much work that you would do it again right away, or do you think it took enough out of you, like, you know, you need to kind of pace yourself in between it, or because some people really find it that way?
As far as the Broll Smackdown is concerned?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted to submit for October.
Right.
I had some really good ideas. At least I thought they were good ideas. The way it looked in my head was really, really awesome. But I procrastinated. Let's just be honest about that real quick. I procrastinated first, and then I ended up having to go out of town for 4 days with my girlfriend to Altoona, Pennsylvania. And I was going to try and film something for the first round then, and it just didn't end up happening. I missed the deadline. So I was going to do it. I procrastinated, and then I missed out on my opportunity. The
next one that comes around, are you going to be raring to go for it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. It's tough. My girlfriend, who's actually a photographer as well, she works for JCPenney Portrait Studios, and
nice.
and starting November 1st, they're getting into their holiday season. So her hours are all sorts of everywhere. So, right. I'm really hoping I get a chance to actually like get out there and film something for it.
Right.
But you know, if I can, I definitely will. I won't be procrastinating. If I miss it this time, it's because I literally could not do it.
Right. So raring to go, it does fall in that category then. Yep. We have 21090 Brewing says, ask Jay when he's going to collab with his close neighbors here.
Oh man, I want to. I know I want to, and I'm one of those people that's really bad about saying yes, we need to do something and then not following up. So I'm calling myself out on that right now. And 21090 Brewing, I will be hitting you up on Twitter. We're going to make plans. We're going to do something. I thought something was happening at the end of October that I guess is not happening anymore. So I will be hitting you up. It's happening.
That's awesome. You had a question. Sorry, hon, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you already asked it.
I asked it. Oh, we're so in sync tonight, and everything is going perfectly. Nothing could sink this ship. It's impossible. Well,
the ongoing October challenge finals are going, and still voting is up till Sunday. I'm posting the link in the chat. The November is up, guys, and Michael Freyer is just talking about choosing the theme. Once he does that, you guys can submit it on the email in the chat as well. But Jay, what would be your suggestions or advice for somebody who is gonna be submitting it to November, like what to do or what not to do as a winner of September 1?
That's a good question. That's a good. I would say this is gonna sound really weird, but I would say like, you definitely want to experiment, but because there's such like, do something that you haven't done before, push yourself a little bit, but don't go too far out of your comfort zone because you are on a time crunch. You do have to edit it. You do have to get it in, you know? So like with something like this, where there's a competition and there's a timeline and there's a time crunch, don't go too far out of your comfort zone. Make sure that you're going to be able to do it. But other than that, just have fun, do what you're good at, you know, figure out your skill and triple down on that. And
That is excellent. No, that is probably the best advice I've heard in a while. Because when people hear a challenge, the first thing they want to do is look at the big Hollywood production company and replicate something they've seen. And I always challenge people to challenge themselves, but not to the point that they discourage themselves from wanting to do it completely. And that's what can happen in those type of scenarios. So what you said, I think, is the best advice you could give.
You know, it's like being in a kitchen. I'm gonna, from my life experience, you know, when you cook, I love cooking, but then when somebody comes as guests, you know, you don't want to jump into trying out something new because you never know what's gonna end up there. Do your, you know, do your best for what you know that you're good at, because you know you can always challenge yourself a little bit, but it's always go with something that you're talented at and enjoy doing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Daryl Leaves talked about this at Vid Summit, and Alejandro actually just put out a vlog about it, going in a totally different direction. But, you know, I 100% believe in the idea of small tweaks, you know, and this is what I try and do in every single video that I put out is I choose one thing that I want to improve in this video, you know, in this video. And then, you know, I add that into it. And then the next one, I choose one thing that I want to improve. I don't try and just be like, okay, I'm going to make the best thing ever right now. And I'm going to work for 87,000 hours on it until I think it's perfect. Because honestly, one, that's never going to happen. And two, you know, small tweaks is the best way to go. You just got to do small tweaks and be satisfied with progress instead of perfection.
Well, that's like I always had when I haven't edited in a while. I always kind of had a challenge of I want to learn 3 new techniques per video. I found that was enough that I could push myself, but not enough to get into a mess. Because if I get really messed, I'll just everything's deleted. Enough. It's not going where it's going, and it's done. It's going to bury right here in the recycle bin. But it doesn't have to be big things either. It can be little things. It can be a little tip or trick, or it could be the way the shooting was done, or maybe something with the edit. It's not always people, they hear that and right away they jump to video effects, and it's like, God, you don't need them a lot. They're always like spice on the food. You don't want to make them the food. You just want them to enhance them. Most things you do in editing, whether it's video, audio, or photo, is usually around the 10% mark. It's just a little nuance that makes somebody see something. You don't want to, because people get so tempted to grab that slider and they go right up, whatever it is, whatever filter, whatever plug-in. Let's try the 100. Oh, that looks cool. It does not, folks. It really does not. And you want a way to kill your video in a real hurry? Bring it up to that number.
The best effects are the ones that don't look like effects.
That's right.
Very true.
100%. You said it, a mouthful right there. I don't know if you remember, we made that Cheers video to thank everybody for season 1.
I remember.
And that was a collaboration with Puša Studios. And I was the one, I took care of the Cheers logo, recreating it.
Oh, nice.
And I was working in After Effects, and I had the white going around, and I'm like, I seen something that can help me. And I was trying to rack my brain, and I remember Cinecon.net. They're from Belgium. And they do this Copycat Friday where they take a popular music video or a scene from a movie, and they recreate it in Premiere After Effects and show you the steps. Well, it was a Bruno Mars, I forget now, but he had white lines around him as he was walking. I didn't need that, but I'm like, that will get me started. And that's what I want to tell people. You don't need to do what people are doing. You can take from them and make it your own. And that was very different in the end from what I made, but the steps halfway there were the same. So at least got me on track what I needed to get to, and go, you know, look around and get inspired by people. Just never copy them, but you can get really inspired by what you see going on, and try and lift yourself each time you make a new video. But like you say, not enough to turn against it. Yeah.
No, I totally agree. And just to add on to that, like, even if you're only taking inspiration, I'm saying this to every creator that's in the room right now, it doesn't matter if you're just taking inspiration and you're still making it your own. You're going to be accused of copying somebody.
At some point, yes.
You just don't listen. Just keep doing you. Like, it doesn't matter what they say. Like, if you're happy with the work that you're doing, keep doing it.
That's a very good point. Unless you take somebody's video, download it, put it on one for one, you're not copying. Exactly. That's exactly it, because you've already made it your own by making it your own way. So that's a very good point. I like that, actually. But,
you only just recently finished your daily vlogging. And I always ask it to the guests that are vloggers. With the type of editing that you're doing and what we were just talking about of learning at least one thing for every new video and, to trying to be on top of the game and not procrastinate at the same time, how did you manage to put a video every day?
I managed it because I had a workflow that allowed it.
Okay.
I had a workflow that allowed me to go fast. I did not have a workflow that allowed me to go fast and get better at the same time, right. Which is why I stopped daily vlogging. That was, when like I said, I was an electrician for a while, and one of the first things I ever learned, I was getting a little frustrated because like the guys, I was totally green on this brand new job site, and I was just a helper, and I was trying to keep up with all these guys who've been doing it for 30 and 40 years, and they're just flying through the job site, and I'm getting discouraged because they're making fun of me because I'm new. And one guy came up to me and he said, listen, it's easier to learn how to do good work faster than it is to learn how to do fast work better. Take the time, learn the craft.
That's
when
right.
you've learned the craft, then get faster. 100%. So that's the mentality that I took with the vlogging thing. That's why I took a step back. I was like, I'm going to just start spending an entire week on that one vlog and spending my morning editing time, really getting into organizing my footage, putting a timeline together, doing the sound, doing the color, and just doing any After Effects work and all that stuff. And the feedback has been good. People have really enjoyed what I've put out since then and really like the way that it's looked. So I guess it's working.
Exactly. That is the best thing you can say. That's right. And do you think it's given you a new perspective, not on just the craft, but like the way you look at going about it because of doing this, like what it means to you, what you want to bring to it in the future? Like, are you evaluating everything now about it, or is it mostly just on the quality of the video itself? Yeah,
it actually totally changed my mindset. When I was and I was only daily vlogging for like 60 days.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a very similar schedule before that.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue back then was that I was still doing everything in a 24-hour period. So if I was uploading a vlog on Monday, I was shooting on Sunday and editing and then uploading on Monday. This is the first time I've actually taken a step back, and it's totally changed my mindset because for those 60 days, I was more concerned with getting a video out than I was with creating a video that I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I could feel myself not getting burned out, but losing my passion for it.
Right.
Because there was no more art. It was just go, 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 go. And this allowed me to step back and really appreciate what I was doing, appreciate the craft. And it gave me the time to be passionate about it, if that makes any sense.
No, definitely. 100%. It's a big commitment every day when you're vlogging.
Yeah.
I think
it's hard to, it's like doing video editing every day and then saying, well, for a company and saying, I want to do it when I get home. You can only commit yourself to so much in life. And when you're vlogging every day, you've committed a large part of your day to one single task. Mm-hmm. It's hard, especially when you got real life lurking in the background, as you said. Oh, thank you so much, guys. And thank you for all the comments. And sorry, when we're doing interviews, it's a little harder to get back and forth. So please never take it personally if we miss a comment or two. We love having each and every one of you here and all the great stuff. Rick from the Corn Life said he loved the new layout. I realized I forgot to bump over the windows a little bit, so it's a little lopsided. With my OCD, that's all I can look at right now as I'm catching it. But I think
okay.
That's
my OCD is bothering me too. My earbuds keep slipping out, so give me one moment. I'm going to go ahead and become Andrew's twin real quick.
I was just going to say, you took the words right out of my mouth. No, it's true.
Oh, that's better. Okay.
Well, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate the comment. And I think when you said a while ago about ADD, I think that a lot of us creators have ADD, ADHD, and possibly OCD. That's very common. No, it's true. I think you have to be able to do this much stuff on your own. It's a bit of a power trip because it is a lot on your own shoulders to make a YouTube channel happen.
It is. It's a lot of work. It's a lot more work than I thought it would be. You know, like I said, when I first started on YouTube, I had another channel.
Right.
I had another channel, and I started it. I gave my boss 2 months notice when I was going to be leaving my job.
Yep.
And that's when I started the vlog. It was basically the countdown to me leaving the job. And literally all it was me sitting in the car on the way home from work, talking to my phone, and then uploading straight to my phone.
Right.
There was no channel customization. There was nothing. And I was like, wow, this is easy. And then I got a camera and my head exploded, and I was like, this is all I want to do. So I had to get serious about building a channel, and I never realized how much work it is. Like, I'm still learning how much work it is. So yeah.
Well, I think it's a lifelong process, really. It's you have to be learning all the time to keep yourself relevant. It's not, I always use the expression, this is not a garden here. I mean, this is a garden. You don't just throw in the seeds and walk away. It's going to keep constant tending, and once you get one thing done, there's another 5 things that got to be taken care of. It's we were joking the other night. We used the expression, we're kind of like internet homesteaders here, you know. We got to be jack of all trades, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you do absolutely. I mean, I'm a videographer. I'm an editor. I'm an audio editor. Like I have to be a jack of all trades. I was already an electrician, but like I play around with light. I put different light bulbs in the lights, you know.
Don't end there.
Yeah, you know, it never ends. There's always something that you got to figure out. You know, unless you're working with a team, you got to figure it out. It is you.
You're a one-man team. We got Brian here, Brian Vlashis. Congrats, Jay, and hello. You're going to be on the call tomorrow. Puša Studios rocks, and gave $10. Well, $9.99. Thank you so much. That was
thank you so much for your support, Brian. Yes. Much appreciated.
And yes, Brian, I will be on the call tomorrow. To answer your question, I will.
If you isn't that amazing, the people that you meet in here, and they closely feel like family, like, and you get to know people more. You work with them. You grow a whole new. We always use the term community here a lot, but it really is some people closer than others, but there's all different levels, just like you have in the real world. You know, it's fantastic. I mean, I've had like actual phone conversations with people, sometimes about, a lot of times, most of the times about YouTube related stuff or video related stuff. But there's a couple people, Michael Fire and Michael T. Panetta, you know, where we've talked, and it's had nothing to do with YouTube. Yes.
You know, we've actually had like, you know, friend to friend conversations, and my daughter, my 2-year-old daughter, like whenever she's home and I'm watching Best Hour of My Day, she's like, "Oh, it's my friend." It's the cutest thing ever. And she sent a little video. She wanted to send a video to Cody Warner one day.
Oh, wow.
And so I recorded her saying, "Hi, Cody," and I texted it to him. And, you know, like you make actual friends. I made a video about this a while ago when I had 50 subscribers. I had 50 subscribers. I put out a video called "The Real Secret to Success" on YouTube. And it was all about talking about how community is like the most important part of YouTube. You know, like I saw no growth whatsoever until I became a part of the community, the thing that made YouTube great in the first place.
Right.
So
that's awesome.
And that's very true. That's very true. And I always compare YouTube to life. You know, we establish relationships the same way. You know, some are closer, some are maybe not as much, but the way we connect with each other, the way we are more interested about one creator than another on a personal level, because it is life. It's the same thing. And it, you know, it's not. They say, well, it's just on internet. Well, no, it goes beyond that oftentimes.
You notice it most when you talk to somebody who's not into YouTube. When you talk to family friends and you tell them, you know, "Oh, I wonder how Box 26 is doing," you know, and stuff like that. And they give that look. I always say it's like a dog with one ear up, one down. It's not they think it's bad. They're bewildered by the whole event. You got to kind of walk them through it, and then they say yes to be polite. Yeah. Until you experience it, you don't get it, I believe.
It's true. My girlfriend she just doesn't understand. She understands it a little bit because she's been there for some of the phone conversations between me and Michael Fire, you know? So she understands it a little bit, but she still doesn't really get it. She was like, why are you so interested in what's going on with these people's lives? I was like, because they're my friends.
You care about them. You genuinely care about them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like when there's storms of getting the hit with the hurricanes again, I used to say to everybody, like, I get a lump in my throat every time because I'm worried somebody I know is going to put themselves in danger to get the great shot.
Yeah.
You know, and it's true. Like, you know, anytime I hear natural disaster, I'm like, oh, please, nobody wait behind to get one of those I'm going to get rich on YouTube shots because it's not worth it, you know?
No, I mean, I joke sometimes in my vlog, and it's always a joke when I say anything for the shot. It usually just means I decided to walk out in the pouring rain and
exactly.
do something, you know? But like, yeah, I'm definitely like, yes, I want to get the cool shot, but like, if you die, what's the, like, it's never going to see YouTube.
Exactly. You nailed it right
so
there.
Right.
That's as simple as you nailed it right on the head. That's it. 100%. It's not worth losing your life over. You know,
Yep.
And it does. I mean, because it does become a bit like gold rush fever here a bit for some, and it's scary. It's like, well, my son's going to play basketball, and I'm getting him good because he's going to get in the NBA, and he's going to have us all set for life. And it's like, if you're setting your goals on being rich on here, you're going to be let down 99.9% of the time. There's
Yes.
You could maybe say, well, down the years, I hope maybe it'll become a nice little sideline. You know, something more realistic is a couple of year goal. Okay. But yeah. It's the wrong if you're doing it for that, you're going to be miserable, in my opinion, the whole time. Because you're always never going to get to that pinnacle if that's your only goal. You got to enjoy it in the moment, what you're doing here.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I think I every once in a while think like, what would I talk about if I ever got asked to speak at a conference?
Yes.
You know, and I 100% believe that my entire talk would be about, if you want to be successful on YouTube, you have to have a personal connection with the content that you create.
Yep.
You know, I think that's the only way, because YouTube is too easy to quit.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
You know?
How
it's
true.
Too easy to quit. And if you don't like what you're doing, if you're only doing it to make money, if you're only doing it to get subscribers, not saying the numbers don't matter. A lot of people say the numbers don't matter. They do matter, you know, but they can't be your primary motivation.
100%. And that's it. I mean, even though we know we're not going to get rich over it, if we ever do, and that's so long in the future to ever happen, we take the numbers very seriously. We look at it. Lots of people do that. If you're a model airplane pilot, you take it very seriously about it. You need to know weathers, the courses, ham radio. If you're a part-time programmer, anything you do, you can still take it very seriously without losing boundaries of where it can possibly take you.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. 100%.
Because it's worrisome when you say that sometimes then people think, well, they're not taking it seriously and they're taking up room from the people that want to make a living and that. No, we're taking it equal seriously. We're just a little more grounded into it, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. It's realistic. It lets you enjoy the moment more.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, that's the whole reason why I started this channel was, you know, before I was creating with a motive. That makes sense. I was creating with the motive, and it wasn't of getting big on YouTube. It was, I was creating videos to help me grow. I was trying to grow a life coaching business.
Right.
And I was creating videos for that. And when I made that first vlog, and it was horrible. Like the editing was horrible. I didn't know how to use my camera yet. So like it was hunting, like the focus was just all over. It's just bad. It's really bad. But like, it was in that moment when I was like, I just want to create because I love creating.
Well, that's a pretty good place to start. I mean, and I love looking back. We actually have your first video playing now that you had up. And I love going back to people's first videos. I love seeing where they came from. It really bothers me when people delete their original stuff, unless it was something. Sometimes when they're kids, they make some stuff that, you know, shouldn't be on the internet, or people get a little too rough around with the words. I get that sometimes, but anything else, I love seeing where people came from.
Yeah. Oh man, that video.
I don't know. I found I've seen a lot worse.
Yeah, yeah. This was the tail end of me trying to start a life coaching business. Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow. Yeah. It's been an interesting journey. Yeah.
But
See,
it got you where you are.
yeah. Yeah, that was the start. As you can see, my house has been totally taken over by a toddler. So
We're all parents.
Yeah,
we all
have
know.
been there.
Yes, we've seen it. Not in your house, and we've seen it in our own, and everybody here that has kids has. So no worries there.
yeah, it actually looks a lot better now. We've done some extensive organizing and boxing up stuff we don't need.
Oh, that's too funny. No, that's part of being a parent, my friend. You can get it more under control, but there'll always be parts that, are just a little too much to rope in. But I guess that's the trade-off for having amazing kids, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
How you enjoying being a dad?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You know, I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, I've always wanted to be a dad, like always.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the most amazing thing. You know, it's the most amazing thing in the world. You know, I mean, I always say my two passions are like creating and helping people, and like teaching people how to be the best person that they can be and live the best life that they can live. And like when you become a parent, you literally get to teach something that you created how to be the best person they could be. Like, it's like everything rolled into, it's amazing. It's fantastic. And she's a total maniac, so she's definitely mine. There's like no question about it.
Now, dadhood, how do you find it differ as you're a dad from when you were a kid?
From when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, my childhood was very, very interesting. You know, there wasn't a lot there. It's hard to explain it, but it was in, I mean, my parents are divorced, you know, both my parents are remarried, and that happened when I was super young. I was like 4. So I've always basically known having to go back and forth between two houses and trying to play the game of dad said no, maybe mom will say yes this weekend. Right. And, you know, and all that stuff. And, you know, on top of that, my dad traveled a lot for work, and it was just, you know, so I was basically raised by nannies. So it's tough. And like, that was kind of a big thing that bothered me when, you know, when she was born, was I was still working. I was the director of operations as an electrician, and hey, honey.
She can say hi if she wants.
She can't. We actually don't put her face on camera.
Right. So. No, I knew that already. I meant if she wants to say hi audibly, I should have said sorry about that.
But there she is. But yeah, one of the things that bothered me was, you know, I live just outside of Baltimore. I was working just outside of DC, which mileage wise isn't that far, but with traffic, it was, you know, traveling was taking me 6 hours a day. And so like, I knew I was missing out on time.
Right.
And I didn't like that, because I grew up with that, and I didn't want to pass that along, you know? So, when I left my job, like, that's like one of the best parts. I actually get to spend more time with her. So
that's awesome. I think that's what I see a lot of fathers, actually a lot we've had on here have said the same thing you've said about that. They've kind of grown up the same thing, and they want to do things differently than what, you know, in that part, the time they had with their parents when they were younger, they want to give more to their kids now. Yeah. I think it's a very common thing. We grew up in a time, I'm 44, where our parents worked hard. My parents weren't divorced, but there was a lot of time without. And I feel lucky that we're working at home and get to do more of this. And there's times I do miss being somewhere. Like, I miss going to a place in the morning. I found that took me like a year. I don't even know if I'm still used to it.
Yeah, I said you got to rent like a storage, you know, place, and then just put a table there, you know, a lamp, and go there every morning.
Yeah, I mean, I have my little office area. It has no walls. It has no door. Like, I'm in basically I'm in a kitchenette. That's my office, you know? So, I would like, there's like a shed out back that was kind of built out into a little like guest room type deal. And that was supposed to become my office. And I was really looking forward to that. 'Cause like it would have felt like I was actually going to work.
Right. Yes. Yes.
But, and I'd be far away from the TV, which would have been great.
Yes.
But that ended up not happening. It got turned into story. It's a long story, but like basically when I first started, I was doing all my editing, all my work on the couch.
Right.
And for anybody who works from home, don't work on the couch. It's a bad idea.
Yes.
So when the whole shed thing fell through, we ended up clearing out some area in the kitchenette and creating a little nook for me. So that's awesome. It was very nice. Yes.
It definitely takes self-motivation and discipline. That's right, to do that. Yeah. So many distractions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then some.
Yeah. There's a lot of distractions. YouTube is my biggest distraction. I just found this channel. They've been around for a while. They got like 3.5 million subscribers, but they're called How Ridiculous.
Okay.
And they've become my new guilty pleasure. They basically drop things onto other things from really far distances.
Oh yeah.
So like they dropped an anvil onto a car from like 45 meters up. So basically they just smash stuff for 12 minutes at a time, and I can't stop.
It is amazing.
It is addictive, yeah.
It is amazing on YouTube what it's gotten us into that we crave. Talk about stuff we always said we didn't want to see what we seen on regular TV. Well, man, did we get it in droves.
Oh, I know. Be careful what you wish for.
Yes, exactly. And it's so involving. There's so many. I found channels and I've watched for like an hour and I had like, what am I doing here? And then next thing you know, I'm back at it right again. So I didn't give myself a very good talking to, as you can see.
Right. Exactly.
It's addictive. I don't know. There's something I always like when people think outside the box. You know, I really do.
Yeah. I mean, it's that. And like sometimes I think so much. Sometimes it's just nice to watch something. Like those are the things that I get stuck in, are the things that don't make me think. Like that's my escape from my own head, is like the mindless, like, oh, they're about to smash something. Yeah. Like that. Yeah. You know, I like watching the stuff that makes me think too, but sometimes after a day of editing and planning out shots and marketing and all that stuff, you just want to numb out for a little bit. And I don't drink anymore and I don't do anything else. So like my numb out is mindless YouTube videos and stuff.
Hey, whatever works, my friend, whatever works, you got to remember that, you know, there's no wrong answer to that statement. And it is draining. People don't realize that sometimes a day of editing, intense editing, can feel like a month. Like you've almost, like, as if you've been in a cabin all week. You don't know what day of the week it is. You don't know if it's night or day. You feel so disconnected because you're so lost in this realm of, I don't know what you use. I use Adobe Premiere. I was going to get to that in a minute. But you're lost in the scenes. I almost moved my head away and I can almost see everything with the Premiere editing boxes around it for like the first 30 seconds to get my eyesight back. You know, it's a very intense. And I've done odd pictures, and it is intense with that too. But with video, you're doing audio. It's all the senses, the visual, the audio, all together. It takes you into another world. It
does. It 100% does. Yeah, and to answer what you were going to get to, I guess, is I also use Premiere. I mean, you mentioned the tutorial that I put out this morning. That was all in Premiere. Yeah. I mean, I get lost in there, and it's funny because it's actually not recommended to edit all day.
Yes.
Because especially when you're doing color grading, because you start seeing colors that aren't there.
Yep.
You start seeing colors that are the opposite of what they are. So your greens turn to magentas, and then all of a sudden you come back the next day and like, why do I look like a giant grape? You know?
I don't know how many times I walked away thinking this is excellent, and I walked the next morning. I'm like, what did I end up on Star Trek? Like, you know, like God Almighty, what's wrong with you? And you're 100% right. You shouldn't. Good designers or good editors are always getting up like every 2 hours, taking breaks, resting their eyes, doing anything but staring at a screen.
Yep. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, if I can help it, unless I'm actually behind on my editing schedule, I edit from about 4 a.m. to about 6:30 a.m. And that's actually all the editing I do. I spread out my vlog editing because, you know, it's a 6 to 10 minute vlog. By the end of the week, I've spent like 10 hours on it, which isn't bad. Actually, that's actually pretty on par from what I've heard is usually an hour to an hour and a half per finished minute.
Yep.
So yeah.
I think it's always a good for in anything, you know, and Cardoso Media was saying the same with producing music. It was anything, it's good to step out of the forest, you know, to see the trees. It's always good. Like even like I do photography, and before I decide that okay, this is done, this is good to go, I always like stop it and do something else and come back and like kind of have a fresh look to it, because definitely you start seeing not only doubles but different other things,
triples and
triples in the photos. It's definitely have a fresh look is good.
Yeah, and Cardoso, yeah, that's especially with audio. Audio is I'm audio first. Like I said, I'm been a musician since I was 11, so like audio is huge for me. And if you spend too long on audio, it's just not gonna it's not gonna sound good. You're gonna end up editing to the point where you have to start over.
That's right.
That's what's gonna happen.
I don't care if the Queen is into it. The audio will always take first, front, and center. It is everything to me. It is the main character, no matter what it is.
Yep.
Even the most beautiful images, or the right people, the right models. I have songs that I'll hold in my head for months. That song just needs that certain something to complement it, and I don't know what it is, but I'll know it when I see it. And that's what I find gives me my most inspiration.
Picking out music is the hardest part of every vlog.
That's right. But when you get it, it's like finding that nugget in the rough. I get so excited over it. I'll call like Xenia out at 1 a.m. I'm like, I got it. It's here. This is it. It's the it. You know, I love when Peter McKinnon said, like, you know, he'll even listen to the song like in his car and everything he's driving, because I like doing stuff like that. I want to know every beat, every hi-hat shake. I want to know every accidental scratch from a pick that got caught into it. It's all is going to add to that mood.
I always want to listen to it on the worst speakers that I have. You know, if it sounds good on the worst speakers that I have, then I think then you're good.
That's very true. No, it's inspirational. I mean, it sets the tone for everything. I was a drummer for years. I play guitar as well, but a drummer is all about getting that beat.
Oh yeah,
and you're controlling the band in a way. You're the one who sets off the pace, you know. And
absolutely,
yeah. And you're a control. I'll call myself a control freak if you. But it is. I see it in my editing as the same way. I want to be no milliseconds off. I want everything dead on. And I was saying last night, I don't know if you do this. I'll first lay down, because somebody asked me about like streamlining for editing. I usually lay down my tracks. I'll tap my fingers a couple times, get the beat really good in my head, and then I'll put it over the M and start hitting the marker when the song starts. You do the same thing?
First thing I do.
I kind of figured. I want to know.
Once, you know, well, the first thing that I do is organize my footage.
Yes, of course, yeah.
You know, and it's funny because you watch a lot of the big, and maybe I'll try. Actually, I have tried it. It didn't work for me. Like the way that I organize my footage is I have 4 categories. I have main story, and like that's basically the stuff that like no matter what, that has to be in, because without one of those clips the whole story is thrown off.
Right.
I have the like sub story, which is like the random like, oh hey, look at this thing that I found, you know, that kind of stuff. Then I have slow motion.
Yep.
And then I have time lapse.
Right.
You know? And once I have that organized, I search for music. I put it in the timeline, and on the 4 count marker on every 4 count.
That's right. That's right. And if you get in the pre-chorus, it's doing the double hi-hats, you know, the 8 beats, and then I'm That's where my flashes are gonna come. At least they're there, and you know where you can work. They won't be 100%, but at least you got a good starting point on what you can keep timing and wise for the video. Is it long enough to make it? There's no way it's gonna work in this.
Yeah, it's those markers. Those markers for me are key, because like I may not always start a B-roll sequence right on the beat, but I will always end it on the beat.
Yes.
You know, the beat's got to line up somewhere.
That's right. It's got to come home. They're working together. They're complementing each other.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
You know, every time the third time he's opening up the hi-hat before he jumps into the chorus. Well, that's your punch. That's your punch moment. And right on it. I'm zooming in. I want to see every wavelength. I want to get that line and hit him with it for the big, celebrate, the big part of the chorus and that.
Yeah, my new favorite thing is to do a hyperlapse, like in like maybe some sort of EDM song.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how it always ramps up right before like the big drop or I jump into a hyperlapse for that like split half a second. I love it. And then it drops into like some slow motion or something, and I love it.
Well, you're a man after my own heart, I gotta say. That's why I wanted to ask you about that. I was thinking, because I seen your work, and I think I felt that, and once you're talking more and more about your music, I figured we had that in common.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Do you get vamped when you hear a song? Like, does it write itself for you? Like, are you a footage first or audio first? Because vlogging, I know usually is different, but if you were shooting like a non-traditional vlog style video,
I typically, I'm a little of both. Like, I know what I want to shoot, but like sometimes, like if I know ahead of time what the story's going to be or what's going on that day, I usually have in my head, maybe not the actual song that I'm going to use. Like, I don't pick out the music first, but I have an idea. Like, maybe I have a song that I've used before in mind.
right?
And so when I'm shooting, like if you're very careful and you're very quiet when you watch me, you might actually hear me like humming that song as I'm shooting a slow motion clip.
Yeah. We're twins. I swear to God, we're twins. This is unbelievable. Nobody's ever said that before. I love that. Oh, thank you, Jake. That's so kind of you.
Jake Maxted, you're lovely people. Well, thank you.
That's so kind of you. Great to have you here. I hope you're enjoying the conversation. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's fine. No, I mean, we're totally twins. That's what I always have music in mind.
Yep.
Always. Even when I'm not shooting, there's music going.
There's something coming about it. Even driving, I notice that in the road. I'm thinking in camera mode, and I'm seeing 16:9, and I'm, and that bird will fly across, and you can almost see like dun dun dun. You can hear the music kind of going with it.
I said it to somebody recently. I don't remember who it was. Probably Michael T. Panetta, but I see in vlog. Like that's I used to see in music video.
Yeah,
actually, back in the 90s when MTV played music.
Yep.
Like I saw in music video. Like if I'd be driving in the car, like I'd have the song I'd have my head rested against the window, and I'd be looking longingly out the window. I just have it. I saw the cinematic black bars. Like that's been me my whole life. So.
I'm the music. God, this is scaring me now a little bit.
So similar, my God.
I love doing music videos, and because I don't do vlogs, and I like to shoot cinematics because I do enough with people in our business. That's kind of where I get to do my favorite thing that that's my difference from it, to separate it. And I'll get out in the countryside and I'll be looking around, or downtown, and I know the beat in my head, and I'm humming, and I'm seeing 16:9, and I'm thinking, like, I don't like shots that are clean. I like shots that you're behind a dumpster and come up, or under grass and you lay down the grass and slowly pan up. I don't like this like click and shoot view of everything. I want obstructions. I love obstruction, trees, branches, anything.
Yeah, I'm a very macro shooter. A lot of my stuff is very punched in. Yeah. My favorite thing to do is if I do like a 4-shot sequence, the first 3 will be super punched in, and then the last one maybe like zoom out to a big thing, like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm in this like beautiful area, or hey, by the way, I'm in the city, But
I like that. You keep them wondering, and then you get them at the end. I mean, that's a great way to do it. It builds suspense, curiosity.
I love it. And no, I do. But I do see in vlog, like every time I'm like, oh man, that would be a fantastic shot, Yeah,
that's awesome.
Why don't I have my camera with me?
I don't know how you guys do vlogs. We were talking about it the other night. Like, I cannot talk to the camera. I've tried, and God help me, I have tried. And I've said, okay, now I'm in vlog mode, and I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, and it's the worst piece of gibberish comes out of me.
I'll tell you, when it comes to vlogging, for me, at least, I'll speak to me. And I know there's a couple of people that are the same way. I will say the same thing 10 times.
Right.
Because I got tongue tied or something like that.
Yes.
That usually doesn't happen on like a run and gun day where I'm just walking around everywhere with my camera. But if it's like one of those, like, okay, let's get serious. We're sitting at the desk now, and now I'm having a conversation. I will take easily 25 minutes to come up with like 2 minutes of good dialogue.
I'm glad to hear that. You actually gave me hope.
Yeah. I mean, you just, nobody's comfortable at first. Like I was definitely not comfortable. I take way less shots than I do. You know, I take way less shots now than I did back then, back in March, you know?
Right.
But I still do second, sometimes third takes. I don't want to. I'd love to just be able to go throughout the day. Actually, I did that. Was it my latest vlog? Yeah, my latest vlog with the Fantastic Joe.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was one take.
Wow.
100% one take. I didn't redo anything. And I think the reason why is because in the beginning of that video, I was like, look, I don't have a life lesson. I don't have a message that I'm like intent on sharing with you. I am just going to go and have a great day with my friend and we'll see what happens.
Right.
And like, as soon as I took the pressure off me or off myself, like that, it just freed me up and I was able to just be completely natural. The only exception was there was something I wanted to say to the camera, and the first 2 times I tried to say it, I wasn't recording. So halfway, like midway through what I was trying to say, you heard my shutter click.
No.
And I was like, oh man, I wasn't recording that whole time.
So technically in one take.
Right. But everything else was one take. Everything. And once I did start recording, I didn't like do a retake. You know, once I was actually recording, I didn't get to the like, oh, that wasn't good, let me do it again. I just talked. That's
amazing.
Yeah.
It looked like you guys had an awesome time that day.
It was so fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a totally random day where we were just like, he was just, I'm going to show you this dam, and then we're going to go into town. And we had no idea what we were doing. We had no real plans except like where we were going. And it turned out to be a fantastic day with the Fantastic Joe.
That's right. There you go. Nice play.
That wasn't planned. That wasn't planned at all. I promise.
He lives up to his name, so that's a big tall order you got there on your Fantastic Joe to keep up with. Oh, that's awesome. That's the hard part about being in Montreal right now. We're starting to meet more. I mean, of course, because it's Quebec, there's a lot more French vloggers here, creators. Still lots of English. But Canada in general is so spread out. You know, that adds to it. Where you guys can have cities within 50 miles of each other, you know, 70 miles. Like Montreal and Toronto are 500 kilometers between. That's a 5-hour drive, you know. It's actually, some people don't know this, a little tidbit of information. It's the most heavily trucked highway in all of North America. More than any place in the United States.
I did not know that.
Because it joins everywhere from New York, coming up through Montreal, across to Toronto, and down to Detroit. And it has more traffic on the 401 highway between there than anywhere else in North America per capita of trucks. It's also the most hijacked truck area in all of North America, too. Which is,
really?
Yeah, there's a big business in that. They were talking about it, like it's huge. They even have a market and all these like little tiny convenience stores plopped all over cities and that. Even if it's toilet paper, if it's anything they got, the black market already has a market waiting for it, and it just goes out. And, yeah, they steal them from truck stops. They take them on highways. They get them everywhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sorry, just a little tidbit of information on the side. So, yeah.
I love learning stuff like that. Are you kidding me?
I'm like that, too. Any bit of, like, I call it semi-useful, and that's trying to be polite about it, information. I seem to retain that more than stuff that I do need to remember for some...
Yeah, my goal in life is to become an encyclopedia of useless information.
I love it. I love it. That's like that show today, the YouTube channel today. I found out it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I like that one.
He's really good. Some people find him so annoying, but I find he's great for the job. Like he's got that perfect voice. You have to be annoying to be that much, have that much info.
I think I agree with you on that. Yeah.
There's some great channels out there. You know, everybody craps on the big guys, and I hate that so much.
Me too.
I want to be inspired by them. There's always going to be some crappy ones up there. Yes, everybody right away know what's in their head is Jake Paul and that. Well, it's the same as music. There's always going to be those boy bands, those manufactured ones. But it's going to be in any business. What can you do?
Hold on. Are we saying that Jake Paul is the boy band of YouTube?
Most definitely. I say that all the time. I stand by that. He's the Backstreet Boys. He's the NSYNC of YouTube.
As long as we can keep Justin Timberlake out of that equation, I will 100% agree.
He does have talent. I will say that for you. I will give him that.
I'm a punk guy, but I love me some Justin.
I appreciate anybody with talent, and they deserve it. Look at like somebody like Lady Gaga. I mean, I hear her singing in front of a piano, and it's just like, wow, like, you know. And then you'll hear the next person beside her in the same boat, and it's like, oh God, you know. Right. There's levels to everything, of course. So, so what was music like for you growing up? You said you were a musician and that.
Yeah, I mean, both my parents are creative. My dad was a guitar player.
Right.
He was in a band. He was like full blown hippie, bell bottoms, afro.
Oh yeah.
Like everything. It was my dad.
Cool.
My dad's side of the family is Jewish, and he definitely has like the very Jewish hair. I do too, which is why I typically keep it very short. But yeah, he had the afro. He had the bell bottoms. He had the leather ish vest thing, like the deer skin vest or whatever.
Oh, he was right into it.
He was all out. But yeah, he played guitar. Funny story, about a year, I think, after I started playing, I found out that he actually at one time owned a 12-string Fender Stratocaster. And I got really excited. And then he told me that he sold it years ago. And I was like, why?
Oh my God.
I was like, why? He was like, well, I didn't know I was going to have a kid who would play guitar.
Wow.
But his acoustic guitar is the first guitar that I ever touched.
Wow.
And like a couple years after that, he bought my baby brother his first guitar. He bought himself a new guitar, and he passed down his acoustic to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was really cool, and I played on that for years, and yeah, it was a fantastic. But yeah, so I grew up in a very musical household. You know, Friday night family sing-alongs, that kind of thing. And
I'm so cool.
my mom played flute. That was the extent of her musical talent. She was actually more of a visual artist. She was an amazing I'll say was because she doesn't really do it anymore, but she was an amazing drawer. Like
Right.
she could draw like nobody's business. There's actually 2 sketches hanging up in my daughter's room of me when I was a baby that she did, and they're impeccable.
Wow.
So yeah, I grew up listening to the Beatles and Led Zeppelin and Jimmy Buffett, a lot of Jimmy Buffett. Cheeseburger in Paradise was my jam.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
like
awesome.
It was my favorite song ever. But I grew up with all that stuff, and the summer in between 5th and 6th grade so I was 11 years old. 11 years old. That's when I discovered Nirvana, Black Flag, and the Ramones.
Right.
And my entire world just totally changed.
Wow.
And I was kind of off to the races then. Started my first band in 6th grade with my best friend Dan, who, with the exception of one band, has been in every single band I've ever been in with me.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So we met the first day of 1st grade. We met when we were 6 years old, and we're still good friends today.
That's amazing.
That's really cool.
But so growing up, music was a huge part of my life. Always listening to music, and then started playing it, and that was I don't know. Music was my entire life. That was my first escape. You know, it was my first thing to really grab onto and be like, this is what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
So
Chuck FVV was asking, what is your favorite punk band?
my favorite punk band? Ooh. Oh. I'm gonna have to say Bad Religion, probably. I love Bad Religion.
The classic.
I've seen them live a couple times.
Really?
And they're always fantastic. They're just fantastic. Plus, the singer, dude, is super smart. He's a professor at UCLA.
Well,
Wow.
Yeah, he wrote a book called Anarchy Evolution. Actually,
Yes.
it's a really good book. It's all about evolution, and it's really cool because he'll have half of a chapter about like very sciencey, very about evolution and all that stuff, and then he actually relates it to the evolution of Bad Religion and how they got started, and it's really weird how he ties it all together. It's a super good book. Super.
Well, that's what people don't realize. Like, musicians are usually very well read.
Mm-hmm.
They were also, a lot of them were the main outcasts in their schools. I mean, they weren't the popular ones that people tend to think they were. They actually had a lot of them weren't the wild guys. A lot of them were quite recluse, very nerdy, very withdrawn, which made them very well read.
Mm-hmm.
Half the reason why they can write great songs is because they did have a lot of time to themselves to do it. You know, it was guitar players the same. A lot of them you'd see to them, they were 12, 14 hours a day in their room.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That doesn't make it a social butterfly, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you, the one punk rocker who was definitely not outgoing and ended up super smart, and also the singer of an amazing band, Henry Rollins. That guy, like, I almost enjoy his like spoken word videos where he goes on tour and he just talks to the audience and tells stories. That's like some of my favorite stuff to watch on YouTube. Actually,
well, if you're a fan, that's a window into your, into your one of your idols. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. He tells some amazing stories. He's super smart, and he believes that world peace could be achieved if we just airdropped Ramones records all over the world.
Yes, that's right. I've heard that theory, and I'm curious to see it in practice. So. But even like Iron Maiden and them, I mean, Bruce Dickinson, he's hosted tons of channels on Discovery and that. He's a commercial pilot.
Yeah.
There's so many, even a lot of people don't realize this, but oh my God, my favorite band of all time, David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
When he was out for a while, he became a paramedic in New York and did over 200 calls. That's what he wanted to do before Van Halen took off.
Yeah, yeah. Who is it? Singer of Weezer, I think, graduated from Yale or Princeton.
That's right.
Yeah, it's crazy, and even kind of moving up the timeline a little bit. But there's a hardcore band, I think out of New York. Yeah, out of New York, out of northern New York, called Every Time I Die.
Okay, yeah.
They get on stage and they go nuts, and the dude screams for hours at a time, and he's insane. And then he gets off stage and he goes and he's a science teacher.
Wow, that's an interesting combination.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
It is. But I mean, people have passions. They're not all. My cousin, because I grew up in a very small rural area. And he came to Montreal. I have pictures of it of him. His very first concert ever was Megadeth's Gigantour with backstage passes. And I'm like, that wasn't my first concert by any sense of the word. And I have him backstage and he's meeting all these bands. He's so excited. And I've only met Dave Mustaine like 2 or 3 times.
Dave Mustaine.
Yeah. And because I worked with that music company and, you used to see him about every year and a half. It's not like we knew each other.
Right.
And he looked over, he kind of probably just knew my face maybe a little bit. And he said, who's those guys? My cousin was expecting all this devil worship and all this stuff. He's a reborn again Christian. He doesn't drink, and he's 50-some years old. Like, he's still an adult at some point, He's not big enough to be like a recluse.
Yeah.
And my cousin, I think, had so many expectations of what it was going to be like. And he was almost like meeting an old mother. He's like, oh my, you chose my concert for your first one? I'm so excited. Right. Would you like some coffee or tea? And he's like it was like doilies were gonna come out at some point, And he spent an hour with my cousin. He took them all backstage, showed him how things were set up. And what are you doing here? You're going to school? Oh, what are you studying? And that, very, very interested more into what he was doing versus what he was wanting to talk about himself.
Yeah, no, a lot of those guys are super super personable. There's actually a hardcore band out of Canada called Comeback Kid.
Okay.
And they're phenomenal. I've seen them live a bunch of times. I actually didn't see them live for like years, and then they happened to be opening for some other band. I don't remember who, but like they came on. I was like, wow, you guys grew up. Like it was weird. But the first time I saw them live, they were opening for Rise Against, and I happened to, this is back when I smoked, and I was walking outside for a cigarette, and the singer of Comeback Kid was walking back inside, and I like stopped and I was like, you know, great set. Like whenever I meet bands in the clubs, I try not to fanboy, you know, because I'm a musician too. So I'm just like, great set, man. Just wanted to let you know, like you guys are like some of my band's biggest inspirations.
Wow.
And that, and I was like, so like, great job. Awesome set. Can't wait for the next album. And he was like, you want to come and hang out backstage? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I got to meet all of them. I got to meet Rise Against, who was the headliners. And it was a great night.
Well, they like people that, especially when you connect with them, and like you say, you don't gush over them.
Yeah.
They're not looking for a lot of that. They just want to have a normal conversation like everybody else. You know, they are human. It gets lost in the mix.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, and this just popped in my head, like YouTubers are the same way. Like there's so many YouTube, like especially like there's like 2 kids, like proper kids that watch my stuff, and they're like very, very passionate about, you know, my stuff, you know, my videos and all that. And like, I'm like, guys, like you gotta, like, I'm just a dude. Like, I'm just a dude who picks up this thing a couple times a week. Like,
yeah, no, I know. We go into channels sometimes like, oh my God, Puša Studios in here. And I'm like so embarrassed. I don't want to take away from their show. And we're kind of like, hi, like,
right.
You know, oh my God, I can't tell them. It's like, we're just here, you know, and you know, it's unbelievable how it grows so quickly.
Yeah. I get more excited about when creator, like, cause I live stream every Wednesday at 2, and I get more excited when like creators who I've built a personal connection with pop into the chat. Definitely. You know, like Brian Vlasic, like, you know, when he pops into the chat, I'm like, hey, or Happy Trails Hiking. When Kay comes in, I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. You know,
definitely.
Because I view my live streams as hanging out with friends. So when my friends show up, I'm like, oh man, I'm so happy you're here. I mean, granted, if Peter McKinnon jumped into my live stream one day, I would probably freak out just a smidge. But that's
just a little.
It's just a little.
You would have to clean me off the ceiling, I think, at that point.
Right. But it's mostly, it's not necessarily, it's funny because the reason why I specifically mentioned Peter McKinnon is because one, his videos have taught me almost everything I know about video editing. Like, and two, because he, like, ever since I started watching his videos, I was like, I could just hang out with this guy. Yeah. Like it wasn't even like wow, he's so amazing. I was just like, I could sit down and have a cup of coffee with this guy and it would probably be awesome.
I would have a cup of coffee. I don't think I could keep up with him. The energy, I think he would bring me out. I really think I've thought of that before, and I'm like, I don't know if I could pull off the full day or not. I'm not sure.
Energy wise, I could keep up. My only issue is he's like 6'4" and I'm 5'5", so I have to take 5 steps for his 1.
Right.
So I could keep up energy wise, but like keeping up like physically, I don't think I could.
That is too funny. Oh my God, that's funny. You know, he's a character. He's the one who got us back into YouTube. He was the one inspired, so I don't usually do that very often. I had given up on our channel and kind of said, I want to leave it go. It's not worth it. Well, you know, all the editing and nobody's seeing it and blah, 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 blah. And he was the one who took the adpocalypse and said, you know, this is what I made when I got my first 1,000 and you can do it. And this, you know. Yeah. It was like, you know, not that he, like, I'm not one of those ones that like, oh, if Peter McKinnon says I can do it, I can do it. It just got me thinking, well, maybe it is time to take, as I have a background in business. And I truly believe when these things happen, it's like a forest fire is the analogy I always use. It gets 100%. Rid of a lot of the dead wood.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like like when he puts, because he doesn't put out stuff like that very often, but when he does, it's super practical.
Yep, that's right.
You know, that's like you said, like he didn't do he didn't just make a blanket statement of like, oh yeah, you can do it. Like, don't worry about it. He was like, look, I started out when I first got monetized, I made 11 cents. You know, like,
yep.
it is what it is. And the whole like, see, I made a direct response video to his whole YouTube is the loneliest job I've ever had.
Yes.
I made a direct response to that. I think a lot of people got kind of misconstrued what I was saying. Like, I don't believe that YouTube isn't like what's the word? A secluded job. Like, you're isolated a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, I spend most of my time by myself unless I'm collabing with somebody.
Yeah.
But as far as loneliness, which is an emotion, you know, like, I don't like saying that YouTube is a lonely job, because that's giving YouTube the power to make me lonely. Yeah. You know, and you know, so like, that's it. I 100% agree that it is, there's a lot of isolation. There's a lot of seclusion. And if you're not careful, you can get lonely.
Well, what he's playing in now is that business of being in the big business. And that's where the loneliness, same as the musicians, same as the actors. This is where he's at that point now of starting to see that side of it.
Yep.
Because we were talking the other night, everybody has the best intentions, and I love each and every person here, but we all say the same thing, same as bands when they're all playing those clubs. Man, if I get big, I'm taking everybody with me. You're not.
No, you're not.
You have good intentions. Your heart's in the right place. You're not, because once you get up there, then you're the small guy in the big guys, and you're starting just like you did when you were 100 in here, meeting 1,000 subscriber groups. You're now meeting the multi-million subscriber groups, and you're getting to meet all of them. You're getting to collab with them. And you're not losing, but you're shaping. It's gone from the small getting smaller, but the big getting bigger.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole same process for him as if he had 100 subscribers at that point all over again.
Yeah, no, it is exactly that. You know, you get maybe like a week where you're the big fish, and then you're thrust into the next pool and you're like, oh crap, there's bigger fish.
Yeah. That's right. And there always will be.
And I can only imagine Cody going through that now.
Of course.
Like, he's taking it in stride, but like,
yep.
You know, he was, you know, and he's never acted this way. Mm-hmm. He's never once acted this way, but, you know, talking purely from a numbers perspective, purely from an attentions perspective, he was the big fish.
Yep.
And then Peter McKinnon came along. He's not the big fish anymore.
That's right.
You know? Well, yeah, he shot up so quickly. We interviewed him in June, and he was just over 2,000. Yeah. And it was right before. It was right in between. It was right after the B-roll, and right before he got to go and see Peter McKinnon. So we kind of caught him right before he shot up, and now he's like 42,000, I think. And he made a video that he actually lost like 70 subs, and I'm like thinking, I guess everybody gets upset about losing subscriptions.
Well, the funny thing about that video was that it was basically a total spoof. You know, like if you watch it all the way through, he's like, so you could worry about that, or you could go out and just create some great stuff. You
Exactly. But yeah, he got thrown into it right away. You know, I don't think
baptized by fire.
I don't, and and then he quit it, and then he became full-time YouTuber. I think for him it just happened like this. It was no time for transformation into something else, which is great. Yeah, you know, is how he is.
It's like when you're like, say we were working now. I'll take it as bands again. It's just easier for me that way. Analogies like you and I are playing in clubs. You know, we're hanging out, and then you get to meet a guy. Wow, he's brought in 2,000 guys, and you know, in one show, and you hang with him, and wow, we get a little bit better beer and a little bit better conversation and a few more tips. But once you get really big, then it's Weezer's calling you, Iron Maiden's calling you, all these ones. You want to hang out in LA this weekend. You're getting pulled left, right, and center, and you want to keep everybody happy because they're going to be your new peers.
Yep.
At the moment. You will remember, like, you know, the odd one you can try, but you can't do it for everybody.
Yeah. And then you have all the people who've been with you since the beginning who are like, you know, don't forget about us.
That's right. That's right.
Remember me? Well, the funny thing is Cody and I were actually supposed to get together and do a collaboration. I think it was like right after. I think it was in between him meeting Peter and him becoming creator on the rise.
Yeah, when he went on that tour across,
it was right before he left for that tour.
Right.
Him and I were actually supposed to get together like right before he was going out of town a family thing came up. Well, a family thing that was already there that he had forgotten about. So we ended up having to postpone. It's still postponed. But, you know, it is what it is. But it's, I don't remember where I was going with that story. But, like, it's just, when it happens fast, you know?
Yeah.
It seems, and I mean, and for that, I'm going back to music, because when it happened and it never like happened. We were never signed. We didn't go on any national tours, but like there was a time when we were struggling to get 1 gig a month. And then all of a sudden, like, we played one show, like we played the right show on the right night with the right people. And pretty soon we were like trying to decide which gig we were going to play on Saturday, because we had like options.
Yes. That's right. You just brought the word right out. Options.
Yep.
You said it. Options. That's a very good word. That's the one we've been dancing around for a while, and you hit it right on the head with that one.
Yep.
How long has Jay been on YouTube? Tech or FPV wants to ask you.
Yes, since March. Since a little bit before March. I actually broke the cardinal rule and I deleted some of my oldest stuff off my YouTube channel. The stuff that was completely focused, all the stuff that was purely talking head, trying to build a life coaching business. Yeah. I deleted that off my channel because I was like, I no longer want to do that. I now want to do this. I knew nothing about growing a channel back then. I had done no research. I was just like, I want to stay on brand with what I want to do. And so I deleted all that stuff. So I would say, actually, I've been on YouTube. I've been making YouTube videos for, let's say, since, when was my last day at work? My last day at work was in June. So I would say since July of last year. Wow. So a little bit over a year. But you can only see the stuff since whatever it was, February or March of this year.
I don't know if you can, if you want to tell me, did you delete it or just unlisted?
I deleted, I believe. Yeah, I deleted because I got a bunch of channels that have like, or a bunch of playlists, bunch of hidden private playlists that have no content on it whatsoever.
And when I was saying a while ago, that's a great example of that, because you made a very hardcore change and stuff like that. I get it in that part. I meant if somebody like does cinematography and starts at the beginning, I hate when they delete their earlier stuff. I like to see them keep it.
Yeah.
Like Linus Tech Tips, huge channel. I always love every once in a while going back and seeing what he did, 10 years ago. I just like to see this pimply faced kid and how he grew an empire out of it.
I'm doing that same thing right now with Peter McKinnon, actually. Yep. Like I'm going back to his super early vlogs.
Yep.
One of my favorites is I ran over a lawn chair, but
I've seen that one. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going, and the reason why I'm going through it is because like they weren't bad videos. Like you could tell he had experience making videos, but you could tell that his experience was behind the camera.
Yes, that's right.
So awkward.
Yeah.
In the camera.
There was no what's up, everybody. It's so like hinged and that. No. And I love that because it shows that he's human. Where he grew, you can see it right before your eyes.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find the one. I'm trying to find the video where it switched. It started switching a little bit because he took a long break when his daughter was born. His daughter.
Yes.
And so like I think I just watched his first one back where he went to the gun raids and trashed his shoulder on a shotgun. But I'm looking for that one where it clicked and he just and I don't think there was one. And I think that's exactly the point that I'm trying to make to myself, is there was no one video where all of a sudden it just turned around.
It's gradual.
It's very gradual. Yeah.
Some have a higher graph than others, but it's still gradual. Not many go on. I love telling people, especially when we're talking on Tuesday Tech Night, those kind of nights when it's really creator involved. Sometimes we have like 160 people, and I'll be like, you know what? Everybody in here right now, every big YouTuber you can think of, every one of them had the exact same numbers you have right now at some point in their career. Nobody went on, put up a video, and hit 10 million subscribers. At one point in time, everybody, even tonight in here, every big YouTuber you can think of had the exact same number as everybody sitting in this audience right now.
I had 0 subscribers 0 subscribers no likes, and at least one dislike on every single video that I put out prior to April 1st.
Wow. Yeah, that's, I know.
Yep.
I know.
It is what it is. Like and that's why I said, I think if I ever gave a talk, it would be on having a personal connection with your content, because I was doing what I love to be doing. And yeah, I wasn't getting any results really, but I was still creating something I was passionate about. And then April happened, and that was back when Amy, well, she was Amy Schmidhauer. Now she's Amy Landino, but that's when she was doing the whole Veda thing, vlog every day in April, vlog every day in August. I did the one in April, and that's when Alejandro became my first subscriber, actually, because he was taking part of that too. And I started, I started like hooking up with all the Veda people, and they started subscribing to me, and we kept in, some of them I've kept in contact with, and some of them I haven't, but like
that's life. I mean, that's YouTube.
Yeah.
Life.
And I started building the community, and then, you know, I discovered Cody with his whole, my interview with Casey Neistat changed my life video. And I was like, who's this guy? This guy's weird and energetic. I could be friends with him. I'm just going to watch his stuff. And I found and then the whole No Small Creator thing happened. I became part of that community. Alejandro was like, you should check out Michael Fire Jr. I'm like, okay, cool. And then he was like, you should check out Puša Studios. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, like, and, awesome. And I, you know, I've made some mistakes. I've definitely accidentally fallen into some communities where it turned out they were very much about sub for sub and all that stuff. And like, as soon as I figured that out, I was like, no, thanks. Yeah. But, you know, I started getting involved in communities and started attracting more people to my channel, really just by making the best content that I could and being nice to people.
Yep.
So many things can happen if you're just nice.
I preach that on a daily basis. You put your best foot forward has been the number one help to help us grow. That's our, like, people ask what it is. A lot of it's been being kind. Always putting the other person forward. Not that I want stuff in return, but by every time you do something nice, even if you don't get anything back, at least you know you put your best foot forward, and you can look yourself in the mirror, which means you can be more content on here, which means it's more contagious. I take Peter McKenna as an example of, I believe in comforting figures on here that people can relate to, that aren't who wants to be friends with somebody who's dragging the other ones down and knocking everybody else and all these things? You don't gravitate to people like that in real life. Why would you on YouTube, you know? Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, because some people are addicted to drama. Yeah. That's really the only reason.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, what is it? What is the saying? A clean conscience makes for a soft pillow.
Yes, that's right. That is a good expression. I like that. I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, I don't remember who told me that, but when they told me that because I was doing things that may not have left me with a clean conscience. It's been a long road of reconstruction. So
yeah, we got a lot in common. Yeah, I can see where you're coming on that one. Yeah. But I mean, it prepares you for where you are today, and I mean that's what I want to portray. I always say, like, I'm a father, I'm a husband. I can't be something completely different on here, and I don't want it. You can't live a lie. You can't pretend to be somebody you're not. Even if you are a character on here, that's fine. But that character's got to have some relation to what you are as a person as well.
Absolutely.
Even if it's an alter ego, it still has to have that same soul. You know, I truly believe that. And you can only live a lie in here because everything's video documented. You're going to let it slip by times. People are going to be able to connect those dots. They're going to be able to go back and look. And then one day there's going to be a video put out with all those pieces together and saying, there you go.
Yeah, you're going to get caught.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. It's not the place to hide.
You cannot hide on YouTube. You can put up a front for a while, but you will get caught.
Yep, exactly. So, and it's too much work. This should be, I mean, it's a lot of work already being on here to keep a decent channel, but I'd like it to be fun. I would like it to be the more enjoyable part of my day. It's not the work or the bills or the customer canceled stuff. This should be a little more straightforward.
Yep, 100%.
It's been really great talking with you tonight. We've covered all subjects, I think. I don't think there's anything we haven't touched on to.
No. Not really.
I love those kind of conversations.
Yeah, me too. Me too. This is great. This was so much fun. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we can make this happen.
Well, that makes two of us. And congratulations on your work. Your work does speak for itself. You can see in such a short amount of time how much you've jumped, and it's very commendable.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're committed to your passion.
By the way, Xenia, I took your advice and I added videography, cinematography, and something else. I think I put visual storytelling into the About Me section on my channel. So I did it. And I did it today just so I could tell you that I did it when I got on here today.
Well, any reason is good enough for me. I'm glad you did your homework. I didn't want to show up to class without my homework being done. You're amazing.
And I hope you guys appreciate when we do that. Like, I think you guys do it. You know, even for us, we like, you know, like one night we were on Green Bay Wackies and them firemen when they did channel reviews. And I heard him whisper, he's like, a fireman says this to Green Bay, they want us to do it. Do you think we should do it? And we're like, yes, we want to do it. We might be missing something. I don't know. When you look at your own work all the time, you can miss stuff so easily. Yeah, I want to find out. There's a spelling mistake. A paragraph's gone. Something. Tell me.
Yeah, we'll learn from each other.
There's times when before, like, there's a few people, you know, there's a few people that I trust. And when I say trust, like, it's not that I trust them not to screw me over. It's that I trust them to actually give me constructive criticism and point me in the right direction.
Right.
And there are times when I will, you know, export the video from Premiere and upload it to Google Drive and be like, hey, can you take a look at this? Like,
yes,
I don't know. Like, I feel like there's something missing, or am I just crazy, you know? And so I've definitely been known to do that. I welcome the criticism. Absolutely.
And we never do as a critic. That's our number one thing. Nobody should ever feel hurt by it. It's not a hurtful. Right. And I've seen people do that. Well, this looks like garbage, and why nothing looks like. Who the hell are you to tell somebody's work is garbage? You can give them hints and help, lift them up.
It's people trying too hard to be the Gary V of YouTube.
That's right.
Yes.
And not getting the point that even though he's tough, he's also kind 100% of the time.
Yes.
They're missing out on the kind part and just going for the tough.
That's right. Yes, they're mimicking that side.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm edgy and I'm going to tear them apart, and the rest of them are going to love it. It's going to be like it's going to be like a line fest in the stadium, you know, and nobody wants that. They're pouring their heart and soul into it.
Yeah.
And we're not record execs, you know, like it's more the tips, I think, is the big part, because if we're saying, you know, oh, you should add this part into it, and we're the first one to say when we don't know something, what do you guys think? Like, somebody will ask us, like, editing in phones. I don't know much about it for video. Yeah. Open it up to the chat. There's tons of people using phones. What do you guys use? You know, keep it that co-op feeling all the time.
100%. 100%.
This has been such a pleasure talking to you. Really, this has been a real good night. So
it has been.
Congratulations to you on your work once again. Congratulations on winning the B-roll challenge. Well deserved. You worked very hard.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you for everything that you guys do. Like, let me say that, like, you guys, there's a lot of community support channels out there. I think that you guys are one of the few that do it right. And
well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Because it's helpful and it's entertaining, you know, and you've built an amazing community around you guys. So
I appreciate
awesome.
I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. It's nice to hear when somebody, the same as when we do that cinematography or whatever we do, it's nice when somebody gets what you're doing, and that means a lot, what you just said. So thank you so much. Do you want to tell everybody a little bit about what's coming up on your channel? Anything this is your time to plug. Like they say on Hot Ones, to this camera, and this camera. What do you got going on? Except we only got one camera, but we'll pretend. So
let's see. Coming down I got some great collaborations coming up with Michael Fire Jr., Michael T. Panetta, possibly Alejandro Perez, and with Cody Warner, if he ever actually sends me the video he's supposed to send me. Some new tutorials coming out. I started doing tutorials again. Super excited about that. But actually, also outside of YouTube, I'm starting to post a lot more stuff. If you want updates on like what's going on with me, schedules of things that are coming out. Patreon going on, and I'm not asking for money right now. Just hit the follow button, which is 100% free. If you want to keep up with me on what's actually happening and what's coming down the pike, that's where to go.
That's awesome.
So,
oh, sorry, I had something on volume. I just realized when I hovered over it. Oh, I'm still getting used to this setup. Somebody just said, it was Hazy Day, said, I'd love to learn how to use the setup. So do I. That makes two of us. I might actually do that on Tuesday, though. I want to see if we have time on Tech Talk Tuesday. I might actually do the screen share and show kind of a bit what I learned and show how the scenes are divided here and stuff. So.
Yeah. OBS hates my laptop, so I can't use it.
Well, that was it till I got the other computer, and thank God I've been waiting years for this stupid thing to finally do what I did. Are you much of a computer guy? You're on Mac, right?
No, I'm on PC.
You are PC? Okay.
I am PC. I'm on P. I don't like Mac. I mean, I like Mac. I don't like Mac. I see the value in Mac, but I don't like Mac.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, same here.
Don't worry, you don't have to.
I'm good. I'm pretty good at computers. You know, I'm fairly decent. If I don't know it, I can figure it out.
Right.
You know, that's the kind of person that I am. But,
yeah.
You know, I have a laptop that's good for certain things, not good for others. And like, it's weird. I can edit a video with almost no problems.
Yep.
But the second I open up OBS, like even though I go do all the suggested settings, it hates my laptop.
Yeah, no, I get you.
So I use Google Hangouts for my live streams. So
that's it. Like, and there's nothing wrong with it. We just this year finally, because we want. Well, actually, you don't know this, but we're turning everything into a podcast soon. So you guys will also be podcast bound.
It's awesome.
So that was kind of the thinking behind going now to OBS, upping the mics. And one thing about Zoom, I got to say, is the HD quality video does make a huge difference. That I am happy about.
So much better. If Zoom would natively start allowing you to broadcast to YouTube,
yes,
I would be using Zoom 100%.
That's right. But the process power, exactly. You need to be pushing a lot to keep them both going because you're running and us. And what I had to do was a workaround because right now the guys are using Zoom either for our camera would either use a dual monitor or split screen. Right. I went out and bought like a $50 C25 just so you could see me. So you're seeing me lower than what everybody else is seeing me.
Ah, that's how you're doing.
Yeah, that's so I ran it through there. But the mic was having trouble picking up our big mic, so I had to run you through my other camera that everybody's seeing us with. So what you're seeing right now is the C525 to look at us. You're hearing us through the C922, which is being used for everybody to see us. And then I'm running through these mics through OBS. So yeah, it's a bit of a...
This is a C922.
Is it?
Yep.
They're the workhorse of the internet. They are.
I love this thing. This is great. If you download the Logitech game software,
yep, I got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
That's great. Because like if I get onto Google Hangouts and I just have the thing plugged in without the Logitech software on, I look horrible.
Yeah, you're all blurred out.
It looks like log video just coming out unedited.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. I never thought of that. You're true though. That's very true.
Yeah.
And I mean the autofocus. God forbid you wave or touch your glasses or something like that. It's shooting in and out.
So bad.
I just wanted to add to talking about Zoom. Zoom actually has an extension where you can broadcast directly to YouTube natively, but you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
So when you have a subscription to Zoom, the paid version, it actually allows you to directly stream to YouTube or Facebook with the requirements that are directly to each platform.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have to look into that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to knock them because I like them. I just find the $15 a little high. I find it's something like should be like a 7 to 10. You know, it's not like it's going to break the bank. I just hate when I'm paying for something I feel is a bit overpriced.
Yeah, I think they have started more like a big like conferencing more for big companies, you know. So therefore they charged more because it was more for businesses, you know. But as more and more YouTubers are coming in to use it, I hope that maybe they could develop a package that would be for people like us.
Because with the $15 you can conference up to 100 people. I'm hoping they'll come up with something you can do 10. And they'll charge like $7 a month or $5 or whatever, you know?
Yeah, no, I hear you. And I mean, it's still better than WebEx, though.
Yeah. 100%, 10 million %. Agreed. Agreed on that one, sir. No, it is expensive, and that's for Canadians on top of it. So that's 13 plus the exchange and everything. You know, you're 15. Excuse me. You're looking at about what $17.50, $18 at least a month.
Oof.
So yeah, it's getting up there. It's like, God, that's part of an Adobe Suite package, you know, like.
Right. Yeah, I had to I used to have Adobe with stock. Mm-hmm. And I had to drop the stock part from the package because without stock, it's like what, $29.99?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, and there's so many amazing websites where you can get your footage or pictures anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't really see, even as a stock contributor, I still don't see the point of purchasing it.
No, and I very rarely use stock footage anyway. Yeah. Every so often I might be like, oh yeah, why not? But I don't know. It's not that I have anything against it. I just don't have a need for it. So
yeah.
No, exactly.
I was using it more for when I was building websites.
Yes.
Which is like a whole other part of my story that we're not going to get into. But when I was building websites, I would get the stock photography and I would put it in there if the client didn't have anything to add or whatever.
Yeah. So have you tried the new Adobe Rush for the phone?
For phone, no, because I'm an Android guy and it hasn't come out for Android yet.
Yeah, it's coming in summer.
I have tried it on my laptop.
Yeah.
Not for me.
No.
No, and I'll tell you why. It's really good. Actually, Bert Cullinane just put out a video about this today, and he hit the nail on it. It's funny because his entire vlog was my internal monologue when I was trying to work with Rush. Rush is very good for fast editing where you don't want to do many technical things.
That's
yes,
right.
definitely.
Yeah, it's the high points. I agree.
And I am not that guy.
That's what I was just going to say.
I want to get in there. I want to make the reds perfect. I want to make, I want to get it as good as I can.
Yeah. It's not control freak friendly is what I call it. And that's referring to myself. That's what I call those programs most times,
It's exactly what it is. And plus, like, I've always edited each clip before I drop it into the timeline. Not necessarily color, but like trimming it up and all that stuff. The way Rush works is like it pulls up all your media from the file. You click all of the clips that you want to have in your project, and it just takes them and it dumps them in the order that you shot them onto your timeline. And from there you have to trim each one, drag it to where it goes, and it's almost extra work timeline wise. So I spent about 2 hours with it, I think.
But like you say, you and I are that under the hood type of people, but for some that aren't, it has some great points for working with it, but it's I'm on your side for that one for myself.
I think it's great. I'm not saying it's a bad product. I think it is a great product for people who just want to especially if you're using an iPhone to shoot because it's on your phone, but it's great if you just want to run and gun with your phone, shoot here, drag them onto a timeline, choose a color profile and some music, and then hit upload, and it goes directly to YouTube. And if that's the style of vlog that you do, it's perfect. Yeah. Perfect. But if you're like me, who's a perfectionist and wants control over everything, it's no.
No, I get you on that. I figured the same thing too from what I've been looking at. It's like but for some people, it is like you say, it is the right call. Not everybody wants to drive a Ferrari to go get some milk at the corner store, and that's the analogy I always use with people. I've been studying it since 2000. It's part of my. I've been using Adobe Suite for as long as I can remember. I mean, I can't think of this trade. I looked at DaVinci Resolve. I think it's an excellent program, but it's not me because I've just spent so much time with Adobe Premiere. I can't picture myself away from it, even though it has amazing noise reduction and stuff. And I don't know, maybe down the road, but I'd be surprised if I changed.
I will tell you that there is one thing that I have found for my needs at least, that Rush has over Premiere.
Yeah.
And that is the ability to upload directly to YouTube from the software.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is the one thing that I wish Premiere had.
But I'm wondering now that they've done it with Rush, if they might get enough requests from the creators and they might put it in as an option coming up in some future.
I think they've been getting the requests. I mean, I remember watching a Casey Neistat video where he said, I know Premiere Pro is better, but I can upload directly to YouTube from Final Cut.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. But I'm wondering if Rush might be the one that finally puts it where it's got to be. You know, I'm not sure. Wishful thinking. But
2020.
2020. That's right. That is right. You said it, my friend. Well, listen, it was so nice talking with you tonight. I cannot thank you enough for your time. I'm very happy you got to come up here and get everybody get to hear more about you. I think this is just the beginning for you. You have the talent, no doubt about it, and I think it's amazing what you got going on, and just keep it going.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for having me on here.
Thank you.
The pleasure was all ours.
And hope to keep in touch with you and see you growing.
110%.
I love that. That's the attitude. Yeah, he's a YouTuber, all right. You take care, but please keep in touch, okay? We're gonna keep following you as you're going along in your journey.
Oh yeah, I'll be back here.
Perfect.
Definitely.
Always love seeing you, and we'll talk to you really soon.
Alrighty.
Have a great night.
All right, you too, guys.
Bye now.
Bye.
There we go.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah. I even noticed my window is once again off-centered a little bit. Oh my God, I gotta get the bugs out of this. We're getting there. I think.
Well, for those who don't have OCD, nobody notices that. Don't forget, everything looks great.
Guys, if you haven't checked out Jay Lippman yet, awesome channel, winner of the B-roll challenge. Got to hear a lot about him tonight. I love people who are excited in this community and really putting their heart into it, and he definitely falls into that category. So be sure to check him out. And he'll be, I think he's still in the chat, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
If you still are, if you can just type in,
yes.
Would be greatly appreciated.
Definitely. That was a lot of fun. That was really nice.
It was. That was really fun, and so many things to talk about. And you guys are literally twins in editing.
Oh yeah. No, I felt a lot of camaraderie in there. That's for sure. Yeah.
You can, when you guys edit the clips, you can just have each other on Skype.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God, that green just doesn't look green enough.
That's right.
Something like that that I usually hear coming from the editing space here.
Well, that's what it takes. I so want to get back into it. It's just find the time between work and then when you there's only so many hours in a day. That's all you can do. There's Jay. He said hi.
Yes, there's Jay. Go, guys, and follow him if you haven't yet. And he also has also different information on social media and his Patreon. That is free Patreon, guys. Have you ever heard about that? Go check that out. All the links are down below in the video subscription in your video description. So go and check him out. Amazing vlogs, live streams, and tutorials. Today's tutorial on how to do a slow-mo when you don't have actual abilities on the camera was amazing. Was so quick. I like that about tutorials.
Yes.
Quick, fast, practical. No long intros of 15 minutes, people talking about other stuff, and you never know when they're actually going to talk about it. No, this is right up on the point. It was perfect.
Nothing frustrates me more than I want to learn how to do something new, and I go and look, and the video is 18 minutes long. It's like, how much? Then I'm just being used. You have something I want, and you're going to try and drag it for 18 minutes just to get a bunch of watch ads and stuff like that. So when I see something like that, hats off to you. It's definitely more that's needed here on this platform. He says thank you very much. Well, thank you so much for coming, Jay. It was a real pleasure sitting down and talking with you. Really enjoyed it. You are an awesome creator, and keep up the great work, my friend. Guys, if you have not hit that like button, if you could do that for us, it really does help us out. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, the chat. It was unless it takes 18 minutes to do. Yes, TWG7, that is true. There is a few times where that happens where there's so many steps, and it seems like it's hard to find YouTube the balance. Either they're lightning fast or turtle slow. So when you can find somebody that can kind of be in the middle, like they're worth their weight in gold. I've subscribed to channels just because they do that, even though the rest stuff I don't need at the moment. It's like if I ever have to, I'm hoping they'll be one of the ones that cover what I'm looking for. And I always tell people, like people say, like, how do you do like this or that? And even if you want to just know how to sign up on Twitter, go to YouTube and check out some videos. It's so great when you do it that way, even versus me telling you in the live stream, because you can pause it, rewind it. I've done that. There's no shame in that. I've sometimes watched the whole video across to get an idea what they're doing, get set up for it, then start playing it. I'll pause it. I'm making these changes, go back. Oh, I must have missed this step. There's no there's this misunderstanding, I think, sometimes that once you get into something, you can kind of just always get it like that. Not likely. It takes us time. I am on break and just want to come in and hit. Well, thank you so much, Jag Fishing. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Oh, TWG7. You can do anything awesome because you're awesome.
I have seen Chuck and other people requesting the show of the selfies
Have a good night,
for the night. So if we could go back to Twitter and check out the new submission for selfies. Everybody were asking during the interview, impatiently wanting to see their faces on the screen.
And Stacy, you're getting better with your Twitter. Yeah, just don't send it to our private one. Use the link that we give. Then once you're on there, go to our... You just have your tweet box come up. You just paste it right inside there with the hashtag Blue Wrench Group. Because we can't open our private messages on here because you never know what's going to come up. But, because, yeah, I'd love to show you off. So, ask us if there's any question you got, and we'll try to help you the best we can. Andrew, I've forgotten the name of your lovely wife. Sorry. Please remind me. Thanks. Well, her name is Xenia. Or as she likes to say, Kiss-Enya. Kiss-Enya. So, Kiss Enya. It was a girl you seen had the same name as you on here.
Yeah, a fellow photographer. Her name is Xenia, and we're on Instagram. We're chatting with each other. So when she came up with this, I'm like, wow, this is perfect. I'm going to use it.
Oh my God, are we in for a treat on Twitter? Wowzers. This is awesome, guys. That's how I roll. Look at that.
That's amazing. Yeah, I just retweeted it as well on our profile.
Oh my God, oh my, that's so awesome. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. That is so awesome. Wow.
That's a huge pumpkin. Wow.
Oh my God, look at that thing. What does it got all over it? Does he have it written here? Loving fall with Pusa. That's crazy. That would make like the ultimate jack-o'-lantern.
Yes.
Most definitely. I looked stunned. He must have been showing it to me when he froze framed that picture. That's awesome. Oh, Weekend Warrior Outdoors.
Yeah, just turned back from, I also retweeted today, just returned from hunting. Awesome, awesome. Look at the sky. Wow.
That photo shoot, it's epic, if I may use the term. It is epic. Well, look who we have here having a smoke.
Cat, hi.
Oh, I wasn't going to have one, but since cats have one, you can't smoke alone, so.
Oh, it's not Dave's pumpkin, but still cool.
That is really cool.
JTG awesome. Games, hello, good to see you.
That was a really nice chat tonight. That was really cool. We had a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And guys, we got some really great names coming next week. Wow, we got channel shoutouts Sunday night. That's always a great way to start everything off. Then we have Night Shame. That's right, Night Shame on Monday, which is going to be really cool. The interview that we didn't get to do last year because we had tons of technical troubles. So crossing fingers that everything works out this time, because that one's been long overdue, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be an awesome time. Tuesday, we have our Tech Talk. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I say, I might touch on OBS now. I won't have every answer that everybody wants to know. I'll try my best. But maybe a little bit to at least show you guys like the layout and stuff like that. We can touch onto it for a little while. Plus anything that comes to you guys' head. So please start writing down those questions you guys have. Put them aside. And we'll definitely get to them that night. Well, that's awesome. Congratulations to you, Sonny. Keep it up. Keep it up, my friend. Why not, Andrew? That's right, TWG7. That's right. That's right. And Wednesday, we have Doug Tenapel, who anybody who was a gamer in the 90s would know the game Earthworm Jim. And he is the one who created the game, the character, and the game, and then the TV series. And Xeni was looking up today his stuff, and he has, 20 websites, I think, altogether with stuff that he's done.
Oh, yeah, he's everywhere. He's everywhere. He also received the Best Animation for the Video in the World Animation Awards. So that's going to be amazing talk.
Yeah.
Video games, comic books, wow. I'm so looking forward to it.
That's going to be really cool. And then Thursday, we have our daytime channel shoutouts. That's right, for all our European friends and for everybody else that can make it. It was a great turnout. We had almost 1,600 yesterday. That was crazy. And Friday, another talk that's long overdue.
Yes, Dawn and her uke is going to be on Friday, and it's going to be a very nice music Friday. It's going to be such a beautiful night. She's going to be singing some of her original songs. A beautiful singer from UK stopping by on Friday. It's going to be gorgeous.
Thank you for saving me, because I realized who I put up, and I will fix the thumbnail. Oh my God, what has gone on today? I swear to God, I shouldn't have got out of bed. Because you've seen who I was featuring, who will be on the week after, correct?
Yes. Gator, the legend, is going to be on the 2nd of November, which is going to be the Friday. I'll get that all fixed in 2 weeks from now. Yeah. Amazing guests coming up. So many amazing talents. Some celebrities coming up really soon. So we're going to be able to reveal that secret very, very soon. Hopefully, it's going to be very, very exciting.
It's going to be crazy, guys.
Yeah, some big peeps coming our way.
That's right.
So definitely excited for what's to come, and thank you so much for coming. If you can, let your friends know about our season 2 and amazing guests here.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. You guys have been absolutely awesome. Are we going to pick a channel to go to?
Sure.
Okay. Do you have something else?
No, I wondered if you wanted to see, or if you wanted me to drop over and check it out.
Well, just open them up like we always do would be great. That would be an awesome start, and we will figure it out. I don't know, guys. If we need more sleep, I feel we needed training wheels all day today. But that's one of those days. I guess everybody has them. We're all human, and you guys have been a great sport through all of it. So if you guys have a few more moments, we'll pick out a live stream. Gladly, if you guys want to come and visit, might be a great chance for you guys to meet some new people. It's Friday, guys. It's time to mingle. It's time to not bar hop, but channel hop. That's right. Get to meet some new ones. Might be great people in the chat, all kinds of stuff. So, Xeni and I will pick one out, and we'll paste the link in here. And you guys are welcome to head over and with us if you want to. It's, of course, always voluntary. And, you got somebody?
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good. So Xenia is pasting the link, and we'll head all over there. I will get to 4,000 in no time. Yeah, Terrell, we got to talk. We got to get you all set up there. That's enough of this. We're going to have a Terrell celebration night very, very soon. I think that's been long overdue, and get you where you're going to be.
That sounds great.
Because you've been our original wrench right from the beginning. And you've been so kind and generous to us with your time and making this channel what it is. We could never thank you enough. You really have helped make, especially the chat, like you've turned it into something unbelievable. And we truly appreciate everything you've done for us. You are the unsung hero. You just kind of jumped into the role and kind of took care of us. So there you go, guys. AKA our life is an awesome family. Their child has gone off. They're empty nesters, and they just to college. They decided then to start making their own YouTube channel. Their life, they got all kinds of great stuff in there. Come on over with us, guys, if you can. Say hi, hang around for a few minutes. We'll leave the stream run for another 2 minutes or so.
And I think their son is in live tonight. So
he is tonight.
It's a special treat. Yes, it's a special treat. Go check it out. They're really amazing, and they have a great community as well. So go check them out. Hashtag from Puša with love.
Thank you guys so much for everything tonight. So much love to you guys. And thank you once again for everything you guys do. Thank you to Jay Lippman. He was an awesome guest tonight. It was a real pleasure to hang out with him. Thank you to Michael Fair Jr. for the contest and all he does for the community. And that was part of the reason we thank him for bringing Jay to us tonight, as this was one of the grand prizes that he won. And we're really honored to be a part of it. So links in the description, guys. We'll talk to you guys very, 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 very soon. Remember, everything is kicking off again Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Channel Shoutout night, guys.
Can't wait.
Be well, guys. Take care. Cheers and keep creating. See you soon. Bye now. Have a great weekend.